Hey guys, we are back now on my channel here. Thanks for coming. I've already introduced myself in what little of a stream we did have over on the Iceberg channel. RIP his poop Wi-Fi, which is why we had the crossover to my channel. But we're here. We can make it work. So it took about 15 minutes, but we're back on my channel. And yeah, so basically, if you want to see mine and Iceberg's introductions, then you can go back over to Iceberg's channel and watch whatever that was. So before we lost it, I think we were introducing Black Flags Matter. So we'll let him introduce himself here.
Okay, so I left off on the thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers part, yada yada yada. And I wanted to tell you guys another interesting story. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys already know it. Go follow me on Twitter at Black Flags Matter. So I had this guy. Like after I reached 3K subs, I woke up, and this guy was he commented on my Blaze Alexander tribute video, and he was like, "Well, I like the video. I appreciate it, but what I don't appreciate, by the way, he spelled appreciate wrong. He missed a P. What I don't appreciate is you stealing my video to make it." And he obviously doesn't know. Obviously, this bum does not know what fair use is all about. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty funny. And then ACS came to my defense as well. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool of him. But yeah, I just uploaded a video yesterday. Talking about Mark Martin's horrible 2003 season, and I'll be back to uploading 2 videos a week starting this week since I'm now back in Vegas. So
you think we should plug what I plugged earlier, just so that if people are watching this later and don't see mine?
Shit. So I'll go ahead and say that. I just got a few other things to mention. So I don't want to alarm anybody, but Darian, it looks like your Wi-Fi is a little laggy there too. You're like moving around like you're at McDonald's or something tonight.
Oh, really?
At least that's what the chat's been saying a little bit here. And calling you. And they actually said LMAO Wi-Fi red flag instead of black flag.
All right, hold on.
Y'all need to chill in the chat, man. Chill.
Yeah, we have a caution.
But another thing I want to address is where is Eric? No, he's not lost at Disneyland again.
I'm Eric. Hi.
Yeah, Eric has turned it. I mean, it's discount Double E Dud. He does stop motions. He's a cool guy. I mean, you know. I'm just messing with you.
I know.
Gino, formerly known as Affleck Cup Series, now known as ACS Racing Network. He's a really cool guy. Happy to have him on here as well as our other special guests. We'll get into the introducing him. But since we're kind of talk about him, we'll introduce him. We'll let ACS introduce himself next. But if you are watching this and you missed it on the first stream when we was trying to do this, Tuesday, June 26th, we are going to have a special guest on this live stream. K&N Series driver Jesse Wuji is going to be with us for about 10 to 15 minutes. We're looking forward to having Jesse on here with us, and he'll give us some insight from the driver perspective. You know, the rest of us, we're drivers when it comes to online stuff, but you know, this is a man who actually does this as part of his profession, and he's actually a former veteran as well. Actually, no, he's still a veteran, and so we'll be looking forward to having him on here. Now, with that being said, I want to talk to Mr. ACS Racing Network, so we'll let him introduce himself. Oh, and we lost Black Flags Matter too.
He'll be back.
Rest in peace, Darian. Hey everybody, I'm Gino, from the ACS Racing Network, formerly known as the Affleck Cup Series. I changed my name to the ACS Racing Network so I can kind of broaden my horizons and go away from not only doing stop motions to doing more stuff like Black Flag Matter and stuff like that. So my birthday is coming up on June 24th, so I'm pretty excited for that. And the finale for the ACS 99 is coming up, and that means Season 9 of the Affleck Cup Series will be coming out. And one last thing, just want to thank everybody for 16,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. All right, I'll throw it over to What If.
Hey everyone, it's What If here, and thanks for having me on here and all that. I really appreciate it. Pretty much for people that don't know what my channel's about, it's pretty much a hodgepodge of every win videos from back in like the day, and Let's Plays on NASCAR games. The one that I'm currently doing now is Dirt Daytona, and I'm planning on doing NASCAR 9 very soon for the 360. And also I do like weekly race reviews and any other sort of stuff that I feel like I'm up to doing. But yeah, I'm very very different, weird. So yeah, just stop by and check it out and see what you think.
And with that, let's go ahead and take it on over to IDK Player and let him introduce himself.
All right, hey, what's up, guys? IDK Player. Pretty much, I do NASCAR Heat 2 videos. I do a little bit of, well, I'm talking about more about NASCAR Heat 3, and I just want to thank you guys for coming and letting me on this channel too, on this live stream. And also thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. You know, it's crazy how like a couple videos can really turn around your channel. And the last two I really did. I think I gained like 100 subscribers in like 5 days when I was in Disney. And yeah, it was pretty cool. And yeah, let's go. It's pretty much short and sweet.
All right, so
real quick, Danny, really quick, we have to remind the chat. I know it's a second, basically a second stream, but we need to lick the like button. This ratio of 72 watching to 16 likes, that's atrocious.
Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault. I have it on.
I know you liked the other one, but you didn't do it on this one.
Oh, we're up to 10.
There's a dislike on this one. I think it's because Eric's gone.
Disliking from Disney.
Gavin NASCAR 2348 says, Danny, you hit it out of the park with your NASCAR Heat 3 video. Glad you liked my joke on how NASCAR Heat Evolution is core the joy of NASCAR video games. Kind of is. That one kind of act like that would never happen.
Is that NASCAR Heat Evolution?
I was using that meme as much as possible in that video.
Good.
Wait, so you guys want to stay on that topic about NASCAR? Because about the esports. NASCAR esports, right?
Yeah, we can start with that.
All right. So who wants to start it?
So basically,
if start it, buddy.
Yeah.
You want me to start it? Oh no, I was watching a video and it said NASCAR esports. I just whatever was on YouTube because they said about that little trailer thing. I was on that. I have no clue.
So here's the thing on the esports and stuff. Someone that would probably actually be beneficial to get on a stream one time on an off week where we can talk about the potential of NASCAR and esports is a friend of ours, like mutual friend of the group here. His name is Josh. He might be watching right now. He had a big career within separate esports at one point before now coming to work with the NASCAR Pole Position magazine. He would actually probably be a good person to get on at some point to maybe talk about that a little bit. But as far as what I can understand, it's still a lot more to take in and learn from this kind of subject here. You know, esports is very big. Even ESPN has people who are covering esports now. It's getting to be that big. So it's getting to be a really big deal. And now they obviously want to get NASCAR involved in. NASCAR has so much potential with two big game franchises, the 704 Games NASCAR Heat Series, and then iRacing, of course. There's so much potential for esports to be really big within this genre.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with that. I'm just a little curious because it said, I don't know, I figured since it was it's esports, they would do a variety of NASCAR games. Like, okay, you can do like one for like NASCAR, for iRacing, but you can also do one for maybe NASCAR Heat, maybe. I'm not really sure about that.
I think it'd be kind of weird to do it for NASCAR Heat too. Even just by playing on multiplayer. Like there's a huge wreck in front of you. You think you're going through it, and someone just lags across your screen.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's what I was thinking. But I was like,
have to fix that up like a lot.
Yeah, but I was like kind of thinking about that too because I'm like, iRacing already has like its own like league. So like, what would you do?
Yeah,
a big one, or how would that work?
I see a lot of potential for NASCAR Heat 3 though. I just feel like you know they're gonna switch something up. I don't know about physics wise, but they need to just add like stuff like the track map. Like we saw that in EA. EA used to do track maps. Like it's 2018 and we don't even have a track map. We can't even look behind us.
Yeah,
that'd be another $10 download though.
Yeah, true.
So there's a few things that I addressed in that video I put up today. I don't know that much is going to change physics-wise on the game whenever they release NASCAR Heat 3 this year. If you watch Real Radman's video that he put out, he talks about how Unity Game Engines has released a new build for it. And I'm kind of like him. The biggest thing of that is that it might be able to do a better day to night transition. That might be something that we can get out of this next game. Better shading, that kind of stuff. But as far as the way the cars drive, probably not going to see much of a difference there compared to NASCAR Heat 2 this time. But mostly because I don't think that's where the focus was this time when they was building it. Because I think that they have put in a lot more focus on, once again, overhauling the career mode. Last year's career mode was obviously much better step in the right direction compared to NASCAR Heat Evolution. Like I said, Heat Evolution, try to pretend it never happened. When I bought it used for the first time, I literally took it back that day because I couldn't enjoy it. I just could not enjoy that game.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I remember when I first got
Consider that a video game?
I remember when I first got it. I brought it back to my dorm room and I played it, and I was like, wow, either I must be really bad at this or the game must be really terrible. I'm like, the
Can't
drive
even break.
Yeah,
I remember like the first night I got it on like midnight release, like a digital download, and I played it, and it was like the same thing with when 2011 came out, because I got that on release day too, and there was such a shitstorm on all social media, people freaking out. It was, oh my god, it was a nightmare.
2011 was bad, but at least it was playable.
It was definitely playable. But yeah, I guess it's just because social media age is so different now compared to 2011. It's way more active and more people have voices now, or more people are using it nowadays than they were even 5-6 years ago, or 7 now. But yeah, when that game came out, it was just amazing. It looked like a beta. It looked like a beta game. Like, it just.
The problem with that game is that the hype and the promotion on it was so bad. Like, the commercials didn't really tell you much about it. You just saw the drivers playing in their fire suit, and then Joey Logano, is that NASCAR Heat Evolution? and then you had people who actually reviewed the game, but like you could tell they were being paid by 704 to say positive things about it. You could just tell that.
There wasn't really anything positive about it.
That was like my biggest thing, because when Heat 2 was being announced and stuff, I had like zero hope, because the game previous like had just nothing much to offer, and I had zero faith in the company, and I couldn't trust what they had to say unless I personally had the game in my hands when Heat 2 came out. And thankfully, when I played Heat 2, it was such an improvement that like I now have a little bit more faith in the company now, which is a very good thing.
I'm the same way. I was gonna buy it either way, if nothing else. Just that I'm whose mic is that?
Yeah.
It's not mine. I haven't talked in like 5 minutes.
Anyways, it's gone now. But you know what I was buying it for was the fact that you got the $50 credit towards tickets, because you know all the tracks close to me are Speedway Motorsports tracks. So yeah, I'm gonna use that at some point. So if nothing else, I'm getting $50 credit and maybe a crap game too.
I will say this: they definitely did improve with NASCAR Heat 2. Is a major improvement, and that's probably a huge understatement with that.
Now, what I want to talk about is how, you know, I was saying I don't think physics are going to change much with this one, but the career mode though seems like from what little we've heard, and the reason like at this point last year we had seen a commercial for it. We're having to wait until the Coke Zero Sugar 400 for the trailer to come out. So during that race is when they're going to be releasing it on July 7th, and from what I've seen, it looks like there's going to be more of a Dirt to Daytona kind of feel to it, because the very first thing that Ed Martin tweeted out after they released NASCAR Heat 2 was how he wasn't done working yet. He had to go back to going to tracks and seeing stuff, and he was at the dirt track at Charlotte. Why in the heck would he be at the dirt track at Charlotte if it wasn't to do some kind of like small town dirt track beginner storyline with it?
I'm hoping that they have dirt racing on there, but I also hope that they have like the either K&N or ARCA or one of those.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna add that. I just have that feeling, because there'll be more tracks, so they will have to put in the game.
Yeah.
So maybe not this one. Maybe they can do
NASCAR Heat 4 or 5.
I think
they could possibly try and do something like the modifieds. I feel like there might be more resources to get previous models somehow and go from them. Because I think they did even have modifieds in Dirt to Daytona, so that might be the only thing I can maybe see this go.
Yeah. They might, but once NASCAR acquires the rights or license, they'll probably put in ARCA too. Like if that sounds like something that they would want to do.
ARCA would make sense because they basically use all of the tracks and just only a few more. They wouldn't have as many to put in there as say the K&N or the modified series.
Yeah, so since we're on the subject of career mode in NASCAR games, this is like sort of my pet peeve with it is that there are like two major flaws in like every career mode. Like even for the great ones like Fight to the Top in like the early EA days. My question is this: why does it seem like I'm the only one who has to fight to the top? Because there's like three other series below the Cup Series, and like literally you're the only one who moves up. So my thing is that why don't the other CPU drivers move up as well? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, that's happened before in previous games. Because I remember it would be like after a season in 2005, it'd say Dale Jarrett retires. This driver takes his place.
Yeah, but it's a fantasy driver.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but I'm talking about like in the like Busch drivers moving up or like Cup Series or like
that happened too because it said that said Kyle Busch replaced Brian Vickers too.
In which one?
In 2005, at least it did that for me.
Really? Or you know what?
Yeah.
I never really played that one. I played NASCAR 07, and it was just the fantasy drivers who moved up.
Yeah, 2005, I remember, you'd see a few of the fantasy drivers, but it'd be like the ones that was like in the 100 number cars from other series.
Yeah.
But that would happen on occasion. You'd see somebody like a Kyle Busch get into the Cup Series.
Wait, hold on. They're all talking about, and this is true because it's licensing, because you're going to have, let's just name an Xfinity driver. Somebody just give me a random. Ryan Reed, let's say he pulls up and he just says to take Ricky Stenhouse's ride, right?
Yeah.
And that's licensing because even in the NASCAR Heat 2 career mode, you couldn't take the driver's car. Like, you would like say you would take John Hunter Nemechek's truck. You couldn't put your last name or some name on the back of the truck for licensing.
Oh, yeah,
reasons.
true. It's different now, so.
Okay, well, that's a good point. I guess my second part is
if they can at least get fantasy drivers to move up along with you, I think that would be okay. But it doesn't seem like they're going to go that route, considering they got the full field for trucks and Xfinity already. So,
but I really do hope like it's not like number 126 or like 153.
I know.
I
guess my second part in this is that I also wanted to mention like free agency. Like in every other football game, like Madden or NBA 2K, you have free agency and stuff. Like why don't we put contracts on like drivers and stuff, and they get to like switch teams and stuff? I've always thought that would be so cool.
I just feel like that's something that's right now. That's something to not focus on this one, but later down the road.
I mean, like future ones, yeah, because that was always my pet peeve. So it's like I don't know, like I guess for example, NASCAR Thunder 2004. Like let's say Johnny Benson. He races for like 10 more years, but he has like an average finish in those 10 years of like 20th or whatever, and he still keeps a ride. So it's like if you don't perform at a certain like level and stuff, then the CPU will kick it out and kick that driver out and put like another driver in or something like that.
So kind of like major like different modes or whatever for like Madden where like certain players are
Radman brings up a good point here. He says Madden doesn't have to deal with sponsors. Sponsors are linked to drivers. All goes back to licensing. It isn't possible, and that's true because the only kind of sponsorship deals you're going to have to deal with in Madden is people who sponsor like the stadiums, and that's set no matter who's playing on it.
Well, and that's why in career mode for like NASCAR Thunder 2004, when Terry Labonte is replaced by I think Brian Vickers, it changes from Kellogg's to GMAC. So I think that's why.
Now, what they might do, and this is something that 704 really might do, you know how when you move up, the car doesn't change at all, not even like the name of the car. They might go, like another driver might go up, but the car itself will not change. So like, how you're driving and you see like Dale Jr. or like William Byron or like, those cars, right? And it says their name, those names might change. Like on the top, like who's in 14th. And it'll say William Byron or Bubba Wallace, or then it might say Ryan Reed, but they just won't change the car. That's another
that's
option.
what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. Obviously, you can't change the car and stuff. I'm just talking about like the drivers or like, you know, changing rides and stuff. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool to have different
But
names.
the only thing that will not change is on the window where it says the actual driver's name. That probably will not change at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Radman was saying, it's just all about current licensing situation. They just cannot do that.
Yeah.
And people are saying get Radman on here. Guys,
Yeah.
Radman is in a group chat with us. He gets the link same as everyone else. If he wants to get in, he can get in.
The big thing for me when it comes to Heat 3, it all depends on how they implement a lot of small details. Because in a lot of my videos, when I talk about the Heat NASCAR Heat 3 or just the wish list, a lot of it's just things that are very small, like a track map or R&D for career mode and more detailed statistics and other things like that.
Statistics, please have stats in the game. That is, oh my gosh, I'd be so happy. We haven't had statistics in a NASCAR game since or career statistics at least, since 2005, since the 2005 game.
Jesus Christ.
I think actually, oh my god, actually, because I play a lot of these older games a lot more recently nowadays. NASCAR 09, I think, was the last game for the 360, PS3, and PS2 and all that. They had a stat breakdown for stuff. That was like the last year, which was like 2008.
Like career statistics for like each driver?
Not for that. No, I mean, for like yourself. That's like the last year.
Yeah,
that's for like actual drivers. Yeah, that's probably. I think NASCAR 08 was the last one that I think had it for career mode too, to my knowledge.
So I haven't really played any NASCAR games consistently since probably the 07 game, and then like the last few I played were like the Technics ones, and I'm like, I'm done until I hear like some raving review from everybody about another NASCAR game. I'm not jumping on any bandwagons.
I was kind of the same way, and it's part of the reason I never got like NASCAR.
We pre-ordered NASCAR 2011 the game.
Yeah, I did too.
We ain't doing that shit again.
But I mean, and here's the issue. I addressed this in my video today. The trailer looked so amazing, but it was so deceiving because it was nothing like that. You saw the way Greg Biffle flipped. You saw the smoke. You saw the crunching of damage, hood flying off of it. But that was they used their budget on CGI to make that look amazing.
They took more time probably on the trailer than they did in the whole damn game. Like I got into the game. Well, I was sitting there. I'm like 7th of 22. I'm like, I know I'm better than this. Like, why what the fuck is wrong with this thing? Like, I keep crashing into everyone. They keep checking up at Talladega.
I mean, Activision has the reputation to have their trailer look so good. Look at all the Call of Duty trailers.
Yeah. That's what helped them. They had Activision Call of Duty money backing them at the time. That's when Call of Duty was still like at its prime right there.
That's one thing you always have to take with a grain of salt. Is all about advertising and how they can always overhype something compared to what it actually is in game. So,
but
I
then
A plus for
at the time, like you have to put your mindset into 2011. There was no NASCAR game since 2008, and many people absolutely hated NASCAR 09 and wanted somebody else to do it. So when we all first saw that was around like October 2010 when that trailer came out. And
Talladega,
everybody was like excited. Yeah, it was. I think so.
I think it was Talladega because
I remember they were talking about
it was around the time of my birthday. I know.
I think it was actually Dover because the race they showed was Dover.
Yeah, it was around like a month. It was within a month or so, within some time frame near my birthday. I remember because I was like, I need it, and then I regretted it instantly.
Yeah,
I've always said the only thing enjoyable about Technics NASCAR game was for me super speedway racing, but only if I did the 2-car tandem because that was actually legitimate. And but honestly, that's just because of the way the cars were made.
You can't even like catch up to like the leaders sometimes because they're in a perfect tandem. So it's like it's impossible to catch up.
2011 and 2012 were really bad with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still have 2011 right there. I don't know why I've kept it after all these years. It's actually sitting right beside Gran Turismo 5, which is one of the best racing games of all time.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
honestly, like the only thing that kept me from playing, or that kept me playing 2011, was just the online, because I had a group of friends to race at Talladega with, and how the game worked and stuff. Cars would just explode, and it was always just a good laugh. So if it wasn't for that, and if I had like no one else to play with, I probably would have never touched the game ever again after release day or something.
Gran Turismo 5.
Sorry, what kills me is that the first games were so bad. NASCAR 14 was the last one that I actually bought, and then it turns out a lot of people said NASCAR 15 was actually pretty good, but I never played it.
Oh, oh my goodness!
Oh my God, the
NASCAR 14 and 15 were the
Jesus
same
Christ!
Yeah,
NASCAR 14 and 15 were the game. Same thing, quite literally the same game. So I remember there was comparison videos showing like a Talladega race, and like the comparison from 14 and 15, it was like minor shading adjustments. That was really it.
Oh, well then I didn't miss anything.
Well, and also the Toyota spoilers were.
Oh yeah, they were like 10 feet in the air.
Oh my God!
Gosh.
Right. I remember in like an early, I don't know, I think it was NASCAR 14, they misspelled Chase Elliott's name on the top of the car.
I remember that. I remember that.
What? How they have it as? Because I think I remember that.
Oh my God, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad.
Like that's hard. That's hard to believe. Just like a few years ago, unless you were like
one L. One L is what it was. And really quick, we have 84 watching now and only 44 likes. Click the like button, people. We do not approve of that ratio.
Yep.
That is not a ratio that we approve of. We need way more likes. Click the like button.
But hold on, can we just not forget the fact that our paint booth in NASCAR Heat 2 is just horrible?
It's garbage. That's another thing I said.
I have to admit the Eutechnics games, like, it wasn't the greatest, but I did have fun. Like, the most fun I had with those games was making paint schemes. Like, I'd sit there for like 2 hours and make paint schemes. I wouldn't even race. Like, I'd just be like, I'm gonna make Dale Jr.'s 2001 Daytona car. All right.
That's
you gonna race it? Nope.
That was a good thing about that. And then it's like, I'm kind of similar when I play WWE 2K18, because you can practically just do the same thing, just creating stuff for hours on that.
That's what I do with, like, I have a Madden game from 2015, and I just, like, I don't get the updates or anything. I just, like, I'll be like, oh, there's a few players from the Vikings here. I'm just going to update the roster today. So I'll just make people, because the game sucks. So this is the funnest part.
But
yeah,
obviously,
to...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just the thing with the paint booth and everything for Heat 2 is it's almost exactly like the old EA games from like Thunder 04 and 03.
It was worse.
Worse. It was worse. There was less customization and everything.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I didn't notice, Danny, that you got a logo on the bottom corner. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a what?
You have a logo on your bottom corner.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Where?
In your bottom corner.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at like the hangout right now. Yeah, I forgot. I made that little mini Danny right there.
Who is it blocking on yours? Because for me, it's blocking Gino.
Yeah, I'm on the far right. I think I'm on the far right for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know it's different.
It's like right there in Gino's little corner right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
I guess the real question is who's going to be on the cover.
Martin Truex.
I'm going to Truex.
You gotta go.
Oh my God!
But I will say this, and someone brought up a really good point on one of my videos. Let me go to it here. He said, "Mega Slick Dudes commented 23 minutes ago. Given that it's NASCAR's 70th anniversary, and since Junior is no longer active, and since he happens to be this year's Daytona 500 winner, I feel like Austin Dillon will be a candidate likely, and also because it's NASCAR Heat 3, makes sense."
I want to see Kevin
something or Ford. I feel like it's going to be a Toyota.
Okay, Austin Dillon, I can live with.
I have to say something.
He has, he's won in the sport so far. But if they put like
he's won 2 Crown Jewel races.
Someone, if they put Chase Elliott on the cover, I'm gonna be like, what? He hasn't won a damn thing.
Well, it would sell though.
This kills me as a Junior fan, but Austin Dillon has won more crown jewel races in the sport, I think. Like, if you think of like the big three they always talk about, of the Southern 500, Coke 600, Daytona 500. Junior has only won the Daytona 500, and frickin' Austin Dillon has won the Coke 600 and the Daytona 500.
Austin Dillon better than Dale Jr.
Four races.
Matt locks himself in the face.
I want to get back to the cover thing because, see, I'm flabbergasted. I'll give you pictures because honestly, on Ed Martin's Twitter, he was talking about the cover and he was saying that the number 7 would be very prevalent, and when he said this, he said it was not going to be a car number. So the only thing that makes sense was the release date and also the number of championships. So it could be either between Jimmy Johnson, Earnhardt, or Petty, or the 3, or just Jimmy. So
what if it's the 3 champions?
It might be, but I'm not sure. That would be really cool if they're gonna
have Earnhardt, have Petty, Earnhardt, and Johnson like all there. Maybe that could be something big they'd have is like different legendary drivers like the old EA games used to have.
Yeah.
Or like, you know how 2K, like 2K, when they have like a different type of pack,
Yeah.
it could be like a legendary pack or like the King pack. I don't know. I'm just saying names, but like you guys
bring back Thunder plates. That's all I'm saying.
I remember a previous NASCAR game did do that. They had like a Legends edition and a regular edition. It was like NASCAR 90 something.
Joseph Stagg is a good point. Teresa wouldn't agree to that. She wouldn't get enough money out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense. It would make sense to add Jimmy on there, and I guess for this game, it's been since Total Team Control, I think, since he was last on one. So, I mean, if that's what Ed Martin's talking about, then yeah, that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
That's really hard to believe that our 7-time champion has only been cover guy once, but he shared it with Jeff Gordon.
Elliott Sadler was on the cover of a game.
Elliott Sadler.
Well, if you think about it, around that 07, around that time.
No, he was also 09 for PS2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For Best Buy exclusives.
Yeah.
If you think about around that time though, too, I mean, Elliott Sadler also had to give. I wonder how many people get this reference. Had to give Jimmy Johnson a diagram on where the gas and brake was.
Yes, I remember that.
I remember being 7 years old. Like, really? You're Elliott Sadler?
Like,
you don't have room to talk. And this is when Sadler thought he was hot shit too, and then he got a rude awakening the next year.
He still thinks he's hot shit. Have you seen the way he drives?
Still getting beat.
No, he's usually behind everyone good.
Elliott has a really bad problem of just really not putting any blame on himself. He just puts it on others. That's what
the last few years of the championship stuff, he seems to be taking a page out of Chase Elliott's book.
Yeah, that's
I'm determined to piss off all the 13-year-old girl Elliott fans, so that by the time they see me at Chicagoland, they'll be like, "That's the fucker."
Fun fact here: overseas for previous games, like at one point when Technics was making it overseas, Marcos Ambrose was on the cover over there, and then I think it was for other places with NASCAR 08 or 09, Juan Pablo Montoya was on the cover.
Well, that would make more sense because worldwide, I think they'd be, other than maybe Earnhardt and Gordon, would probably be more well known.
You have to also remember too,
they've won.
Montoya was an F1 driver, and and F1 is a worldwide sort of sensation thing. So it would, from a marketing standpoint, that makes sense to put him on a cover in other countries because he's a recognizable face.
And not to mention people who love those drivers and they collect their merchandise. I think that there's actually people who would buy the game just for the fact that their favorite person is on it, even if they don't even play it.
Yeah, it's like a collectible thing.
That's what I did with the one that Junior was on. I think it was Inside Line.
Yeah.
I never raced it really. Again, I was in the paint booth the whole time.
What they need to do is you're able to spend money unlock stuff on speed points. Because I just have 500,000 speed points just sitting there for no reason.
I'm just gonna.
I do know for certain from reading Real Radman's Twitter and other places that they do plan on having the money go somewhere for Heat 3 in some way, shape, or form. So that's good. I don't know how much of that's gonna play a thing, but if it's anything, that'll be better than what we have right now.
Yeah.
Wait, money for career mode or for speed points?
for career mode, like money will go to something. So it might go for R&D, something like that. I mean, it'll be something. But
yeah, but
as
like
far
for
as
the
speed
people that don't
points,
play career mode, yeah, speed points.
speed. Yeah, no, I get it. Speed points would be a really nice thing to have for just offline stuff to get paint schemes. Just if you don't want to pay the $30 for the whole paint scheme pack, then you can you can do a little bit of grinding to get it like that.
Or to unlock fantasy tracks like they did in NASCAR 07.
Yeah.
And you're also able to unlock a modern version of Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s car. That's another thing you could do.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true.
I think it's appropriate that we're sitting here talking about, the NASCAR video game because it is the week of E3, so it is appropriate right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I don't think it would really be on topic to talk about stuff like The Last of Us and whatnot. I guess that's what we need. We need another BS stream for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
I will say there's a few things that look pretty interesting, like Fallout 76 looks a little interesting.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest, the only reason that I followed anything was just to see The Last of Us 2. Like that's it. Like other than that, I was like, I don't care about the rest of it really. That's that and the Walking Dead game because I'm still like that's the only part of Walking Dead that hasn't yet been ruined for me.
So really quick. So how about that Michigan race though?
Oh yeah, we should probably actually talk about.
And guys, I was not there, so you cannot blame the rain on me. I was not there.
Yeah,
but
Jared Edwards, you're lame.
But you know what? Like both of the races at Michigan both ended because of rain. The Texas Truck Series race still had a really good finish to it. I really thought that Friesen was about to get that win.
Let me say this. If you put Stuart Friesen in KBM equipment, he's going to win 10 races in the championship. Guaranteed. Yep. Guaranteed. I guess the problem is it won't happen because he's like 32. So it's like more together.
Now he's that team's a GMS truck, isn't it?
I think it's a GMS affiliate, I believe.
Yeah. So basically, it's another GMS truck. So I'm not surprised that he's running a lot better compared to last year.
No, but still, I mean, can you imagine him in KBM equipment? Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, imagine if next year, and one of my favorite rising guys right now. Imagine if next year KBM decides, hey, we're going to put Ryan Preece into a truck or bring back the Xfinity car.
Dude, you might as well just give him the title.
He's gonna sweep the season.
He's just gonna win every race the whole season. That's not fair. Ryan
Preece is
next Kyle Busch.
They are underutilizing him right now. I know he kind of wants to finish things up with modifieds and stuff, but they need to get him at least on a full-time schedule in something right now, like above modifieds.
Brandon Jones is riding full-time right now with the.
He's praying he has that car next year because Ryan Preece is proving he deserves it.
He won't. Ryan Preece is going to take it from him. No way.
Can I say one thing though? We have to stop saying Chase Elliott's going to win every single weekend. Everyone was saying, "Oh, this could be Chase Elliott's week at Michigan. He runs really well."
Have they seen Hendrick win this season? No,
I predicted him to finish second.
At this point, we need to just stop saying it. Just be surprised when it actually happens.
Oh, we'll be surprised whether or not we say it or not.
Yeah.
So every single week, someone's like, "Oh, this is Chase Elliott's weekend. I know it's going to be this week."
It's not a Napa car. It's not going to bring them any back.
I'm not at this point. I'm not going to say it's going to happen this year anymore until maybe Daytona. That's like the only one I'm thinking.
And
I like that, Gavin. # kick Jared out of the stream. I think I pissed him off.
What happened?
Jared Edwards said to come at me, bro, and I was like, dude, I'm into women.
No problem, Rusty.
So really quick,
he said I need better comeback, so I'm like, nah.
So I gotta get my opinion on the Michigan race. Everyone was complaining again. I don't know. Like we did see some passing and stuff. The only problem is that clean air always wins with these cars. So once you took the lead, no, you weren't gonna. I think we only saw like one green flag pass for the lead. Well, technically we didn't see it because they didn't do like a side by side thing. They should have. But and I think What If pointed that out in your last video. Yeah, so because I was watching it on the airplane, and I was like, "Oh, he took the lead."
I was watching it like slowly seeing like the lead like change, and it's like it's a big deal because it doesn't happen much. And then they cut the side then they cut to something else happening on the track. They don't do side by side, and then we just missed it. And just
Exactly. But I mean, overall, I thought the race was pretty decent. I mean, I gave it like a 7 out of 10 on Twitter. Maybe some of you will probably give it a lot lower than that. But I mean, I thought it was pretty entertaining though.
They took out grandstands, didn't they? Right? I think.
Oh, they took out a ton, dude. There's probably only 50,000 left, which is sad because my first race was there in 2006, and there was like 140,000. It was
wow.
It's. I mean, like when we were watching, even 2017, like they used to have them all the way through around turn 2. It's like I was like, God damn, it's sad. But about the race, it's like I was up. We were working at my car at my grandparents' house, so I was up there, and we turned it on maybe 10 laps in, and we waited about like around 10 to 15 minutes for there to actually be a pass. Like that, I think should say something. Like I and granted, I've been to plenty of Michigan races, good and bad, and it's definitely different there. But I mean, nothing really. I mean, I think a lot of it's the broadcast too, because I think there probably was racing deeper in the pack, but
yeah, and that's the thing, because like Pocono is the same sort of way. I've gone to Pocono every year since 2014, and it's going to the actual race itself has always been a lot better than watching it on TV from like my experience.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's really surprising it being such a large flat track.
The only problem with
it is 3. I think I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Was not a big fan.
The only thing that made the race really worthwhile was just the looming threat of rain, because that put drivers a little bit more an incentive to really go for a lot more than normal. So that aspect was nice.
Yeah, Casey Kane did. He took only like 2 tires, but he was up front for a little bit.
And that just proves what that clean air does for you to track like that.
Yeah. I remember the Wood Brothers Racing Twitter account. They were saying that Paul Menard was like a second and a half faster in clean air than he was in the pack when he had the chance to be up like in second place. And that was just unreal.
I'm happy to see Paul get that top 5 this weekend. That's really good.
Yeah. And he's pretty good on road courses too. So we got to see what he does there.
Yeah, I forgot he is really good on those. And
hit hard from Menard.
Can we also point out how good William Byron was too? He was running up front there for a little bit.
He gets better as the year goes on. I mean, don't get me wrong. The finishes aren't lining up, but I really think that as the year goes on, Byron's going to get stronger. He kind of reminds me of Suarez last year a little bit, because Suarez wasn't terrible last year.
So once Hendrick gets their stuff together, I made this prediction. I told my parents this. I was like, William Byron is probably going to get his first career win before Chase Elliott does. And then here's another like wild opinion that my parents didn't agree with. I put it all on the table. I was like, William Byron will get it. He'll get his first Cup Series title within 4 years.
It's not accurate.
You could say him being like a Brad. You could say him like being like another Brad Keselowski.
Or Tony Stewart. I think in his 4th year, I think Tony Stewart won his.
I mean, it may seem crazy to some of you guys. You might be like,
not to me, man.
I mean, he's the hardest working young driver out there right now. Like he's in the simulator pretty much all day. That's what Jimmy Johnson's been saying. I mean, you got a 7-time champion as
he's on summer break, man.
Well, actually, that might actually be a good thing. He can actually focus more on his race car and homework or anything. Which I don't know. He might be doing summer class to just be done quicker too. I don't know. Yeah. Gino, are you falling asleep over there?
Get up, boy. Trying to control my rage.
Darkness surrounds him.
Sound of silence.
Wait, about Chase Elliott or
about
what?
Yeah, I don't know why I even come on here, because like you guys are just shitting on my favorite driver, like left and right.
Buddy, I'm an Alex Bowman fan. I'm right there with you.
From about 2008 to 2012, go on any NASCAR forum and see what people have to say about Dale Mears. Dude, it was bad.
All right. We will be nice. We'll drop any kind of bad talking. I'm sorry about that. You know.
How about Gray Gaulding?
Yeah.
Danny, what about your favorite driver?
Put him on the cover.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about Gray's team. A story come out this week BK Racing has been ordered by the court to sell everything to satisfy their creditors.
Thank gosh. About time.
I've been looking forward to this.
Well, hold on, wait. What happened to Ray Black Jr.?
Yeah.
Was
know
he
what?
supposed to race? I just realized that.
He was supposed to race full time this year for Rick Ware Racing, and it never even happened for one race.
Yeah, because I remember going to Homestead, I see the 51 car, and it was like Ray Black Jr. I was like, wait, what? He's racing?
They literally said he would race full time this season. I ain't seen him.
I don't even see him in Xfinity races. Like, where is he? I know
He's
he
at home.
like T Martin and them are like best friends. Well,
Someone
I
asked
see him anyway.
Someone asked me one time when they saw Ray Black Jr. They was like, "Who's Ray Black Jr.?" I was like, "I don't know, the son of Ray Black. I don't know."
I remember they did a special on him. He's like into like scuba diving though. I remember that. So I guess that's what he's mostly known for, other than
lost at sea. He got
I mean,
lost.
he did really
at sea.
decent in trucks when he
Yeah,
raced
he's decent in trucks though. I will admit
That's the only place I've heard really about him.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he was pretty much the caution clock of the Xfinity series, so.
pretty much.
Let's see. Says Gemsy Ambrose. Kenseth won't race until September. See, I don't get why they'd put Bane back in, especially with Daytona coming up. With how Kenseth is, that's like the one race that Roush is going to have like a chance to win at before the chase. So why not have Matt Kenseth there?
Wait, hold on. I have a question. If Matt Kenseth wins a race, like let's say he would race at Daytona, if he won that race, would they keep him in for the rest of the season to go to the playoffs?
I would.
I don't think they can because before the season he didn't pledge as a full-time driver.
Yeah,
I
but
think that's like the caveat
when
to
Busch
it.
broke his leg and out for half the season and wins the championship?
But I mean, he's Kyle Busch. He gets passes from NASCAR.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Bane sucks, one-hit wonder. Well, yeah.
Wait, hold on. What if Trevor Bane wins? Because I looked at the standings and he was just outside the top 30.
Oh yeah, that's.
If he wins at Daytona, is he going to run the rest of the season or
probably?
Oh,
But
good.
the fact of the matter is, it's like that he'd have to run better. I mean,
Cinderella story.
if Matt Kenseth can barely get top 15s with your team, I really think that like there's something more than just driver wrong with it though. And that's the sad thing is that Bane's probably never going to be able to show what he can do, which is probably run 15th, because of how bad his team is. Like that's just.
And unfortunately, he won't be. Pretty soon, he'll have to retire because he has that what's it called? That disease.
MS.
Something like that. So, so unfortunately, he'll probably not be racing it much longer.
What is Brian Scott doing nowadays?
Oh, he works for like a computer company or something.
He retired. Yeah, he retired.
A top 10, a pole, hell of his career.
And he has a truck series win too. So,
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Weren't we going to talk about some other race? Were we going to talk about the truck race this weekend, or I didn't watch it, but
What about the Xfinity race?
Yeah, I was at the Michigan race, so.
oh yeah, go ahead, man.
Well,
Go ahead.
Tell us everything.
Yeah, like.
And you got to make Kyle Larson get him on your video too.
I saw that. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I met Kyle Larson. He was a really cool dude. He's kind of shy. I think a lot of the drivers are shy, to be honest. Chase Elliott, he never really talks much. Neither does Blaney. Doesn't talk as much as he used to either, but that's a whole different topic. But yeah, I was at the races this weekend, and the Xfinity race, I know like a lot of people hate that restrictor plate stuff, but it did keep you like on edge of your seat sitting at the track because you could see just how close the cars were together. And when Kyle Busch wasn't in the lead, it was extremely exciting. Not hating on Kyle Busch. Like, he's a great driver. I mean, he's obviously going to dominate the race when he's out front. But, like, when Kyle Busch wasn't out front, it got, like, really exciting. Like, I just blanked on this kid's name. He won Daytona last year in the trucks. Why am I forgetting his name?
Oh,
Yeah, Kaz Growley. He was leading, and we all thought he was going to win there for a second with the rain coming. So, like, that was exciting. It kept you on your feet, but I will agree that, like, we need to keep that to, like, maybe one race a year because it just doesn't – Michigan every once in a while can provide, like, some gems, some really good racing. A lot of it's due to like probably tire failure. I remember the 2015 race when Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch battled for the lead, and Kyle Busch won his first race coming back from the broken legs. So I mean, Michigan has the potential, but and like last Sunday, a lot of people are giving the race 1 out of 10. But sitting at the track, you can watch multiple battles, and I think that's probably on Fox's part and NBC too. I mean, I think that kind of attributes to like why people think races are boring, because they sit on one driver running all by himself. But like I watched Jimmy Johnson fall from like 12th to 20th, just getting passed left and right. I watched Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Austin Dillon live battling instead of having to watch it on replay. So I mean, I think part of that falls with Fox. So the racing wasn't terrible at Michigan. We had decent amount of spins, some drama. I mean, it was a better Michigan race than years past.
Yeah, I don't know who's the producer or like whoever runs like the broadcast of Fox, but like, I mean, you need to stop just showing the leader the whole time, or at least you need to go back in the pack and show Pat.
My grandpa brought up this point when we were watching it together, and it's like they just follow the same 7 guys every week. Mm-hmm. He's like, I get there up front, but he's like, it's like even back in the day, it's like that, you know, because he's been watching for a long time, but he's like in the 80s, they'd show back in like 20 something. There's always something on track, and he's like, I don't get what's changed since then. Yeah,
totally. Because I've been watching, as I'm filming a 1999 stop motion series, I've been watching the old 1999 races, and it's kind of unfair because the racing, I mean, to be honest, was a lot better back then. You saw passes for the lead, you saw drivers drive up and fall back, but it was a lot different, and they showed like Wally Dallenbach battling Kevin LePage for like 22nd position. You just don't see that. You don't see like Alex Bowman battling like Ricky Stenhouse for the 13th position that much. We just see like the top 5, and that's it.
They don't do like through the field anymore. I mean,
I think on NBC, I think, but Fox doesn't.
Well, they attempt it, but they only go back to like, you know, 12th or so, where it's like, I watched the old 2005 Chicagoland race, and they went all the way back to 27th and started doing lap cars before a caution came out. I was like, wow, where did this go?
It's just gone downhill. And I mean, I wanted to point this out. Isn't that how you get more sponsors to like sponsor cars, you know, more airtime? Because you're like, okay, we're running in 22nd, but at least we'll get some airtime. You know what I mean?
And even in the Xfinity race, you know, Lombard Brothers Gaming, they got some airtime when their driver spun out, but you know, that's about it.
By the way, let's sponsor a car, guys. We need to get our money together.
We'll start a kickstart. Oh, did you see though? The broadcast did cover pit gun communism.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Jamie Little. She was like talking about that, and I told my grandpa, I'm like, yeah, it's pit gun real quick, I did tell him about everyone's positive reaction to the saying he always has about when you're back with the squirrels, you get your nuts cracked, and he told me where it came from. It came from Pat Trison back in like the 90s. Oh. So, but I still coin it to my grandpa since he was the one who basically, you know, gave it to me to spread to 100 people or whatever. But yeah, pit gun communism. What do we think of that 15 weeks in? Everyone equally sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the team should be able to choose. I mean, they can take the risk.
Well, they were the ones that asked for it. That's the problem. They're like, we need everything to be equal. Well, I didn't mean equally terrible. It's like, what do you expect? It's NASCAR in 2018. Yeah,
everything's got to be. You can't block somebody without getting spun out. It's just how it is these days, you know.
I'm really excited for it. It's probably that we're probably gonna have a new rules package next year. I'm gonna probably predict aero ducts and probably a bigger spoiler.
Yeah, just keep the restriction plates off.
Yes, please.
And bring back what is it called, ride height, so where you can have
because now the cars are so low. They talked about that so much at Daytona
and Talladega.
Yeah.
Once again, for those who are coming in here midway asking where's Eric, Eric cannot be here tonight, but we do have other great guests with us here. Okay, continue.
He's out watching the stream with Carl Edwards right now.
Yeah,
thank you. Thanks to the chat for letting us know.
They're out in the corn farm tonight.
Someone said Eric is busy pissing off NASCAR fans like he was in today's video.
I haven't seen that yet. What was it pretty good?
It's pretty accurate. You'll like it.
Yeah, the first one he did was, who's the greatest driver of all time? It's a really toss-up between Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch.
Did people actually get upset over that video?
Some did.
Probably. Yeah. There's probably people who do not know sarcasm.
Yeah.
Some people always need some hurt for their butt.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Eric is sitting there happy at IHOB.
Well, like he's gonna be.
Oh, please don't call it that.
That video has potential to go viral, like big time. Like that could make like Fox Sports, you know.
The thing about videos like that is, you know, there's going to be a lot of hate comments on that, but don't care. That's still a lot of views. Like I've got a video where I made a lot of Alabama football fans mad because I did how Tennessee fans watch the national championship. Hey, 52,000 views is 52,000 views. So
not bad.
Yeah.
The highlight at Bristol is awesome.
And like, yeah, that's a good one.
He should make one how to make new NASCAR fans mad, because there's probably a pretty good one for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would you do though? In that, like, what would you say?
You would say like talk about how the young drivers suck, and probably just talk about iRacing.
Do what we've been doing.
iRacing would be a good one. Like say iRacing isn't real racing or something like that.
Just look up everything Jeff Burton has said for the last 2.5 years, and you'll be good.
Yeah. Is Jeff Burton going to be in the booth still?
I hope not.
Oh wait, Dale Jr.'s going in the booth too, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be at his first broadcast.
Yeah.
No, wait, I think it's second. He did the Clash too, right?
Well,
yeah,
but I mean, like full time. Yeah.
Actually,
I was at his first one in Michigan in 2016. Yeah, I was at his first one in Michigan in 2016.
Yeah, technically he did do a bunch of broadcasts because I remember he was on the 2016 Martinsville race.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
four.
Talladega. Well, this is the first full time at Cup. I mean, we don't. Yeah.
This is his first full-time gig. Yeah, that's the big point. Yeah.
MRN, I think they need their own like channel, because when you go to a race and you hear them commentate, you're just it takes you off your seat. But then when I go and watch the race or the replay at home and I hear Darrell Waltrip screaming after a crash.
No, the thing that I
like
put on
what?
Twitter today, I put on Twitter, or not today, I put on Twitter in the race. It's like, Darrell, oh, they're going 220 out there. Conditions are perfect right now. And Jeff's like, actually, Darrell, there's rain on the camera lens right now. And I'm just I'm like, oh my God. See, this is what people
Waltrip's going senile.
Yeah, senile Darrell Waltrip is what people think of with NASCAR. So he's literally a walking stereotype. Like, get him out. Get the Waltrips out. Like,
we want
I love
his
Jeff
grid
Gordon
walk
as
is
the
pretty funny.
commentator.
His
Oh,
grid
and
walk
Michael
is pretty
Waltrip. Hold up. Michael Waltrip fell on his car. What the hell?
He did.
It's full. I tweeted this. I was like, if I did something like this, if I or any of you did something like that, we would be banned. But this fool gets to do whatever the hell he wants.
I got yelled at on pit road because I wasn't walking fast enough.
He spilled a taco on Denny Hamlin's car.
Yeah.
This clown.
He's the bumbling idiot that everyone thinks of. Oh, NASCAR, it's just a bunch of dumb idiot rednecks over there. Michael Waltrip, hold my beer.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Adam Alexander either. Like watching the Xfinity races is like a pain.
Well,
I think Adam Alexander is a great journalist in my opinion, but he's not the best at presenting NASCAR though.
Michael Waltrip is the village idiot.
He is the village. He's definitely the village idiot. See, that's what happens when you let when you're basically riding your brother's coattails, pretty much. So
at least he has a good sense of humor. I'll give him that. He has a good sense of humor about it.
Yeah, he does.
Did you mean I was the worst driver ever, or just that era? It's like, well played, Michael. Well played.
Wait, do you think he dented the car at all? Because I watched Black Flags Matters video like on Twitter, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's actually a pretty hard hit.
He is not a small guy.
Truex didn't do very well that race either.
Okay, I'm 6 feet tall, and when I took a picture with Michael Waltrip, he freaking dwarfed me.
Yeah, he's 6'5", 200 something. So he definitely
he ain't a small dude, and he's been retired a while, so he's got that retirement gut on him. You see it with Jeff. You see it with Jeff in the booth too. It's like, wow, Jeff. You're like, wow, Jeff, you're doing your best Mike Joy.
Friday.
Speaking
Really?
of,
he looks pretty. He looks thin, sort of.
Maybe it's just the TV. Instead of
Yeah.
adding 10 pounds, they add 30.
I actually really love Jeff Gordon in the booth. I think he adds a lot.
I do too.
I agree with that.
I think him and Larry McReynolds and Mike Joy would fit very well in that booth.
Yeah, get
you.
your
I don't think they
Oh,
need two
please get Larry
drivers.
back.
They need a crew chief, they need a driver, and then they need like a Mike Joy or Alan Bestwick.
I
Mike
missed
Joy
that.
and
Have
Alan
you ever?
Bestwick. Oh.
Yeah. I miss that.
NBC should grab Alan Bestwick
No,
while
ever.
they can.
you
No,
know
what
what? I think this is just me who thinks this, but for some reason, I really loved Brad Daugherty. For some reason, I want to see him back in some capacity.
I do.
He was talking about something today.
You
about
remember that
the-
Talladega race he was at when they showed him in the booth the first time he was like in the pit studio and they were right like inside the infield? He's like yeah. And I'm like, that was me at my first race. Like when Tony Stewart crashed at my first race, I literally stood up and cheered, and there were like people looking at me like, "What the hell is wrong with him?"
Well, I'll
he's
never
still-
forget when Tony Stark
I
crashed
was
on my
8
race.
though.
Like
I was
that.
8.
Well, he's
What
still.
I like about him is that he wasn't just some former basketball player who got signed by ESPN and they said, "Hey, all we've got for you is NASCAR." No, he actually loves NASCAR. He grew up watching it.
Yeah, he asked to be on NASCAR.
He used the number 43 in the NBA because of Richard Petty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean he's a team owner too. He's JD Dottie Racing. That's his. That's
And it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that's something he probably had planned all of a sudden when he got into
No.
covering. No,
Really
he,
quick
he was already
in the
doing it.
chat. Really quick in the chat. Tyler Johnson, good luck with that. Brian Moody, Jeff Hammond's good. I right now. And then where's Jimmy Spencer? Jimmy Spencer got banned by Brian France because he had an opinion.
Yeah, Jimmy Spencer was hilarious.
Wasn't he trying to be
His little
president?
crybaby show, that was amazing.
crying towel.
He used to be so good on Speed Network.
He got kicked pretty quickly after he defended Denny Hamlin because they did. You know how NASCAR always does like the secret fines where they'll like fine a dude sort of under the table, like, hey, you're fined $25,000 for talking bad. Like Hamlin had said something bad about the Gen 6, which long run he was right. I don't like Hamlin, but he was right.
It reminds me of the Hunger Games.
I mean,
I feel like
it wasn't even like bad though. What he said, it's not as good as I hope, but it'll take time, to get it right. I mean, it's not like
and
then
Jimmy Spencer pointed that out and then pointed out it's like plenty of drivers have said way more critical about the car than this, and he showed a montage, and like within the week, it's like Jimmy Spencer just MIA.
Yeah,
he's just gone.
He's probably dead.
Like,
hold on, Iceberg, you're lagging, and it's kind of saying in the chat a little bit.
Is he?
I'm
fine on my screen.
noticing a little bit.
Wow, that's my
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
those spikes.
Yeah.
He's using that McDonald's Wi-Fi tonight, guys.
Yeah, me and Darian switched places for the week.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, but I remember I went to a NASCAR race, and I'll never forget when I used to be a Tony Stewart fan. And yeah, I don't know if you guys might not like that or not, but
it's fine,
I remember going to 2014 Coke 0400. We waited it out for the rain, and we had to wait up the next morning. And just seeing him crash, I slammed my hat on the old Daytona wood seats, and I just bawled in tears. I was 13 years old, and I was like, "Oh my God, I see Tony, he's leading!" And all of a sudden, I just see him get turned.
Yeah.
And at the time, when you're in the stands at Daytona, and sometimes when there's a wreck, you don't see who. I couldn't find him on the track. I was like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And I see on the replay he got turned. Because at the beginning, I was cheering because Jimmy Johnson wrecked, and I like Jimmy, but he was winning way too much. So I was like, "Yeah."
I think we all can agree with that.
And then all of a sudden, I see Tony, and I just slam my Tony Stewart hat on the floor, and I cry while the woman in the back of me is cheering that he crashed.
Yeah, it was like that. I went to Talladega in 2015. It was the infamous Harvick fiasco. And we had Dale Jr. haters right behind us, and my dad and I were both pretty big. Yeah, we're Dale Jr. fans. He's my third favorite driver, and just because my dad likes him. And so when that happened, we were getting so much crap from the haters behind us because Jr. got screwed on that call. It was bad. It's infuriating.
Yeah, we had it before where we went like last minute in 2013 to the Michigan race, and then Junior blew up in the lead. And so it's like, because the next day, my parents had to work and stuff. So it's like, well, let's just go home. And we get out there, and like I'm like 14 at the time, and my brother's like 9. And so like we're sitting there waiting for my parents to get something, and this lady is a Jimmy Johnson fan, just sitting there. I can't stand, and looking right at us. I can't stand all these pussy Junior fans just leaving. And it's like, fucking kid.
Oh,
and then after that, Jimmy Johnson crashed, like
hit
going
the
for
wall.
the win.
Yeah,
I was like, that
that
is fucking justice.
Jimmy
right
Johnson
there.
drove from like 30th twice in that race to second, and then blew a tire with like 5 to go.
Oh, when that happened.
Greg Biffle won the race.
When that happened, I'm like, yes, that serves that bitch right.
Yeah.
You know what that proves though? Batman is greater than Superman.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, yeah. Because I was at both races, I can give you.
Yep.
Wait, I have to say one thing though, and I went to the Coke Zero 400 last year, and I'm going this year too. And I'm probably gonna record a little bit. So if I see you guys or anyone in this chat, hey,
I wish I could go, man. I wish I could go.
Oh, it's just
So cool.
I'm sorry, but I love the Coke Zero 400 more than I do the 500.
Yeah, it's the night race.
It's just that night.
It's the night race. It's quicker. It gets done sooner.
And different paint schemes. Like, oh my gosh. Like, all right, so
I think I'm in minority here. I like Daytona 500 better.
When Dale Jr. got the pole, like I remember seeing everyone, like the whole stands are like just filled, like from my point of view, right? And when he crashed, I went to go to the bathroom. I just see a wave of fans, mad, angry Dale Jr. fans, just leave. Like they just left.
Man,
like I haven't left any NASCAR race early, but including after my driver crash, because I have my top 3 favorite drivers, and I have a lot of favorite drivers, but like, God, like that's just
that was the only race.
So much hype for that race. Like I understand how they feel because as a Dale Jr. fan, there was just so much hype. Like Junior's at the pole at Daytona.
He
it
had
can
a great
happen
car
again.
too.
And he looked like a freaking bat out of hell, like coming through the patch.
And he had crash damage and still drove his way up to the top 5.
Like 2 or 3 laps down, made it up, and I'm like, damn, this might be destiny. It might be fucking Harvick. Again, it's Harvick.
So really quick, let me say this. I know everyone's hyping up the Coke 0400 right now. Let's not forget what the most exciting race of the season's going to be. It's going to be at my home track at the South Point 400. So yeah, let's go. No, I'm just playing.
No, but Kentucky
sponsored shill.
No, but anyways, I've never gotten that why people just leave a NASCAR race early. I mean, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, especially now.
I mean, it's the same difference as football game. I went to the Bristol Motor Speedway battle at Bristol. Well, I'm a Tennessee Volunteer fan. We got off to a good lead against Virginia Tech. We're happy. We're like, yeah, we're winning the battle at Bristol. And then the thing is, the way they sold tickets, Tennessee fans are on one side of the track. Virginia Tech fans are on the other side. It starts off, you can tell the clear difference of the Tennessee orange and then the mixture of the Virginia Tech red and orange over here. Well, it just slowly becomes nothing on the right side throughout the rest of that game. It's the same difference for any sport. Yeah, I was at that game because I was a student. I was a student at the time. I got tickets for pretty cheap for that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I have a question. Were you able to see, because I know there's one big building that I feel like it just blocked the view for some people. Okay. And I heard that the view sucked.
I sat in about the turn 3 area, about on the 9th row in the Waltrip section. I could see, and definitely Colossus TV helped a lot. Like everyone could at least enjoy the experience and tell what was happening. But me, I could see the actual players. I could see that, plays were happening and stuff. But it's definitely different from Neyland Stadium, though. That's for sure.
Do you think they're going to have it again or not? Like, I mean,
there's talks that they want to do another football game there. It might be something like Tennessee defends the title against another team, but there's also talks that it could actually be something else like an NFL game. My idea is that you do Tennessee Titans versus Washington Redskins because they're kind of like equally apart. It could bring in that Tennessee and Virginia crowd.
Do the national championship there. That'd be pretty lit.
Oh yeah.
That's just wrong season because it's like so cold around then.
The only thing is, I don't think it'll be sold out again. I don't know why. I just had that feeling it just won't be sold out again.
Well, the thing is, it depends on who they're getting because they had the Battle of Bristol, but the next week they had East Carolina versus East Tennessee State University, and they didn't even fill out one section of the front stretch. So it depends on who.
It depends on more than one game there.
Yeah, that was the very next week. They had another game, but it was definitely much smaller teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like Division I AA schools, aren't they?
Yeah, really small. But
All right, so really quick, I wanted to see if you guys wanted to make your picks for the Iowa race this week.
oh, we are in Iowa.
I'm gonna go. What's his name? Riley Herbst.
He's racing this week?
Yeah, he's in the 18.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in the advanced auto parts car.
He's a pay to race driver. That's what he is.
yeah, freaking paid driver. Wow. Are there any Cup drivers racing this week?
I don't think there is. No.
Okay.
Which is odd because they have nothing to do, which they probably
They're
want
all
to.
dead.
It's probably
Iowa,
fun.
the Xfinity Iowa races, normally the Cup drivers don't race there.
Wait,
So
who's driving for the 23 car? Who's in that one?
I think it's Sauter, right?
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
'Cause I think the trucks are there too, right?
is the driver roster updated for the Iowa Xfinity race?
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see who's in this exactly.
Well, I think one thing is why Cup drives wouldn't be on is because like most of them are dads now, and it's Father's Day weekend. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and even the young drivers like Larson, why
well,
would they?
Here's something here, paint scheme preview, and kind of give you an idea of who's in it.
Is it the NASCAR.com one? Because all they do is show like 5 of them, and then like, hey, we gave you a preview. It's like,
Well, yeah.
yeah, don't look NASCAR.com. Anything on NASCAR that's been made since 2004, don't put any stock into.
Yeah.
Shane Lee will drive the number 3 at Iowa.
Good. Yeah, he's
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Is he iRacing driver?
I think.
Yeah, here's Riley Herbst. He's in the advanced auto parts car.
I probably would say Elliott Sadler.
Ooh, here's a good one. Christopher. Wait, no. I'm sorry. I had a brain fart and thought Christopher Bell was still a truck driver at first.
I think that too. I still think Eric Jones is in the Xfinity series too.
I think William Byron. I still think of Xfinity too.
Yeah, I could see Allgaier winning this weekend.
Little Gator.
Yeah, he's pretty good at Iowa.
If John Hunter Nemechek is racing, then he can win.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's a full entry list. I'll tell you if anything stands out.
Is Toad? Is the Toad guy there? Is Toad there?
Oh, is Toad Custer there?
Yeah.
I'll never forget when Custer body slammed John Nemechek at Canadian Tire. Oh my god!
Let's be honest though. The best fight in NASCAR history with was it Spencer Gallagher and John Weston?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love how the officials were there. They were just sitting there like, yeah,
Okay.
like keep going.
I don't want to be caught on camera next to it.
so in the 23 car, it's not Johnny Sauter. It's Justin Haley.
Oh, that's cool.
That's interesting.
Good luck, Justin. Please.
But hey, here's a guaranteed caution. Number 22, Austin Cindric.
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's so trash. Why is he racing?
He wrecked again at Michigan.
Doesn't his dad doesn't he have like a position in like Roger Penske or something?
His dad's a vice president at Penn
Isn't-
State.
Oh, okay. Well,
Isn't
there's
he
caution
like
clock.
30th in points?
He's terrible. He's so bad.
I didn't realize that Morgan Shepherd still races that number 89 car. I didn't realize he still shows up.
Racing for
Man has a
Jesus.
handicap sticker on his car.
Racing for Jesus.
You know what's interesting about Morgan Shepherd is that I remember the video's still on YouTube somewhere. ESPN did like a outside the lines thing on him. He used to be like a complete womanizer and like a complete like alcoholic.
Yeah, he was a pretty bad guy.
I can't think of him like that. I just think of him as like the you need Jesus Christ, Grandpa.
But this was like in like the early 70s too. So like
Okay.
yeah.
Do you
He
guys
probably
remember? Do you guys remember a brief period a while back when he was actually racing the number 21 for Richard Childress for like a brief period?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that. Did he do any good though? I don't remember that part. Did he?
No, I think Zaxby's like wanted to get behind him for a little bit because they were with Townley too, but that ended up falling through.
They had to keep giving him the senior discount.
I would like to see Shepard in like maybe a one-off race for like a really competitive ride, just to see how he would.
Like the time in 2010 when Greg Sachs randomly shows up to race Junior's car.
Well, that was because he had a sponsor. That sponsor was owned by Greg Sachs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah,
remember
it's the first race at Daytona that he was notable with since he tested that car for Bobby Allison in the 80s.
I remember
Yeah.
when Morgan Shepherd, he stopped that guy, like he tackled him. I think this was in Vegas. Like someone stole at like Walmart or a store, and he just freaking body slammed him. And he was like,
yeah.
I was like, holy crap!
See, wasn't he the one that tripped like while rollerblading or?
Yeah, he's a
skating.
He's a big roller skater too.
See, he like, it's like when I think of like mid 2000s nationwide series, I think of that and Kevin LePage.
Have you ever seen? Who's seen that video of Morgan Shepherd yelling at that fan or like threatening to like beat him up?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like this was like in the 80s or 90s, I think. Like
okay. I thought it was like something new, and I'm like, wait, what the? No one told me about this.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Master Yoda was yelling.
No, but anyway,
I watched the chat.
Yeah, but anyways, my
Don't
pick is John Hunter Nemechek this week. He's gonna win if he races.
See, we didn't answer the question. Is Toad Custer racing? Because if so, I'll say just that.
Well, he's full time, so of course.
Yeah,
He'll be racing.
I don't follow Xfinity. It's not really.
You non-fan, you don't watch every series.
well, hold on.
Okay.
Have you guys ever thought you guys met each other like in real life at one point? Like, have any of you guys met anyone from this chat?
But I think we're planning on going to like the Bristol night race next season, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay. I have this one thing that
I had a chance to meet Eric actually.
Yeah.
And you blew it. You blew it.
Well, we were both at Disney Springs the same night, and then we didn't find out till afterwards.
Oh,
So like we were in the same area. Like it's just kind of cool. Like it'd be cool to meet Eric. I mean,
I'll never forget. Oh no, go. You're gonna say it's about like me meeting someone that's usually sometimes on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to meet Griff Dog, even though we haven't had him on one of these. We need to sometime, but I wanted to meet Griff Dog in Charlotte, but it never worked out.
All right, so this is what happened. I'll never forget this. I'm at Homestead, and you know how Real Radman sometimes goes to Homestead. All right, so I was walking. I'm like, all right, I have this pit pass, and I'm trying to like find a way to go to the pit pass, take pictures with all these drivers. And I see him like on his phone. I'm like, wait, hold on, is that Real Radman? I sat there for like 2 minutes staring at him. Like I felt like such a creep, and I kept looking down at my pit pass. I was like, should I just go say hi to him? Does he even know me? He doesn't know me. Just go. And I'm like, oh dang it, let me just go. Like I was walking towards him for like a second, and I just made a sharp right, and I went like to go down to the pit pass and I was like, oh, I should have done it, but there was like a couple minutes left. I want to take pictures with drivers, so I really want to see Harvick again. It's like all those drivers.
Top 10 biggest anime betrayals.
No, because I just see him. He's on his phone and he's looking around. And I think he looked at me too, and I was just like looking at him. And I was like, what am I gonna do? Should I really just go up to him?
I'm sure he would.
Does anyone know if Kamikaze? I know he said he still might go to Chicago. Like, I really want to know this now because it's like if he can get in the infield somehow, I will be. I will film the Ty Dillon meetup. I want Kamikaze to be there. So bad.
Dude, I hope he gets there somehow.
Wait, you're gonna film the Ty Dillon meetup regardless, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
All right, cool.
You just need to offer up. You just need to offer up your place for him to stay, and then take him with you.
See, I might. Well, see, I'm in the infield. That's the problem. It's like I could get kicked out for that. But I might do your what you thought about doing, Danny, and just walk up to Dylan like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Dylan. I'm Kamikaze Games."
Do you think he would remember that?
See, he probably doesn't even look at his own account. He probably just is like, "Oh, this guy mean to me. I'm just gonna screw this hater."
Yeah.
He's too busy finishing 30th every week
and filming his vlogs.
Guys, so DannyBTalks said this in the group chat. 69 career Cup Series starts, 0 top 10s. What a driver.
Hell of a career.
Wow. Yeah.
What a man. What a man.
I think he has 2 career top 5s in my stop motion series, though.
Hey, so
he has a little something to hang on to. I doubt he cares, but
how many cars were in the race? 5?
Yeah. I think one was Talladega. Actually.
He's just in a weird place where he's the younger brother. He come in after Austin, and right now there's no place at Childers for Ty because Austin was there first.
I read an article where he said
sucks to be the younger one.
He said he wants to stay with Germain Racing for his entire career.
So I guess he doesn't want to get a win then.
I applaud.
I mean,
Someone doesn't want to win.
I saw that on Twitter
Win.
somewhere.
Flying Gator says, "Excuse me, Ty Dillon finishes 29th usually. Iceberg. Sorry,
Ooh.
my apology."
Let me look up his average
He's
finish
improved.
this season.
Oh, but you want to hear something? His like only top 10 ever at Talladega was when he didn't start the race. Like he was like, I think he was running for like Hamlin or Stewart, and he got a top 10, but it didn't count. So in 70 races, the only top 10 he ever got doesn't matter. It's not
has
the record
way
books.
more talent than Ty Dillon seems to have.
If the Benedetto raced in that Germain car, it'd be in top 20 every week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so
I agree with that.
actually, guys, his average finish is this season through the first 15 races is 24.7. So, okay, but
fun,
top 10s though.
fun story. I don't know if y'all ever remember this, but it was so weird for me when I went to the 2012 night race at Bristol, and rain ruined qualifying, so they went off of like practice speeds or whatever it was that they went by, and it was just the awkward sight of walking in, and there's Casey Mears on the pole for the night race at Bristol.
I do remember that.
It's like, wow, Casey Mears going to start us off. Okay.
That's awesome.
I remember because I had my football green and white game against ourselves that night, and I was a freshman in high school, and so our game was first. We get out, and then we had to play the sophomores, and after that we got out of there, and I met up with my family in the parking lot, and I'm like, hey Dad, who got the pole? And he looks on his phone. He goes, Casey Mears. I'm like, what the hell?
I know. It's crazy.
What? Casey? What?
Kamikaze Games is in the chat. Say what's up to him. That's what's up.
Yeah. Casey got the pole and no, it wasn't Sharpie 500. Sharpie stopped sponsoring after 2009. But yeah, that race though was 2012.
Wasn't it the Irwin Tools?
Yeah, because that was the one where Stewart threw the helmet at Kenseth.
Oh,
that's one of my favorite, my last
disappointed.
few favorite races in that.
Yeah.
Danica, you better watch out. I'm gonna be in 30th with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crash in front of you. You better watch out.
Wait, who was it that said to Danica rule number 1 about racing? Learn how to wreck yourself without wrecking yourself. That was Landon Castle?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. I'll never forget. All she had to do was lock the car down, and she just turns right like it's Grand Theft Auto 5 racing.
I laughed my ass off watching that race. I was like, no, because I literally was next to my brother. I'm like, and she's spinning. I'm like, and he's like, oh wow, she's gonna save it. And my brother's a lot younger at the time, and I'm like, no, she's gonna back it into the wall. And she goes front into the wall. I'm like, damn it, we're both wrong.
I feel like in that time period, she was in awkward positions where she's kind of like, okay, what would Tony do? Try this.
We have Tony at the front of the pack. We need something in the middle and the back of the pack.
There you go.
Bookend the field.
So really quick, back to BK Racing really quick. So now that they're going to basically sell the team, it's going to shut down. Where's their charter going to go?
Good question. I mean, there's only 37 cars that show up each week, so there's not many left.
I say Bill Davis get back into racing when we bring back that car behind the Iceberg.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bill Lester.
I say bring back more teams instead of the 4, 4 cars per team.
I thought about that too. I posted that on Twitter, and I got a little bit of mixed reviews.
What manufacturer is BK Racing? Is it Toyota still?
Yeah.
Toyota.
So, I mean, if there's the rumors that are floating around about Furniture Row having the 77 car come back next year.
I mean, that's the thing. Furniture Row, if Gibbs decided today, hey, I want this mega team, then by all means, Furniture Row's open to bring in 3 more teams, basically with Gibbs, if they really wanted to.
Edwards comes back.
Let me just say that 77 car should have been Bubba Wallace's. Just saying. I always hold that.
Should.
It should have been.
Yeah. His career would be a lot different if he would have stayed. If he would have got to stay with Gibbs and KD.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I think he wanted to, but they just
it was lack of sponsorship.
Lack of sponsorship with way too much talent in the pool, and
that's crazy considering Bubba's the only black driver in the field.
I know you think they would jump all over that.
I got so mad when I was at Chicagoland last year, and they're like, "This is Bubba's last race of the year." I'm like, "Wait, he just got back. What the hell?
Yeah,
are you kidding me?" And he did quite well with a Roush car. I mean, I don't care what level it is. If you're doing well in a Roush car, you're good.
Yeah.
Now, I will admit this. It was a stretch for me to say that he was going to point his way in. I figured with the whole RCR alliance that they would at least maybe point their way in. Probably that's a bit of a stretch now looking back on it. But
speaking of points, should I read those out after you're done?
Yeah, but I will say this: if Richard Petty should have probably stayed with Ford, it probably would have worked out better.
Yeah, totally.
Every decision that Petty has made for his team,
well, I mean,
1984 seems to just point it in the wrong direction. It's like the series of unfortunate events. It's like it's nothing of his own doing. It's just really everything changes the wrong way for the guy.
I mean, at this point, what is like? Does Richard Petty do a lot for the team, or is he just a name for it?
Sorry, Kyle Petty, I should say.
I
got the points
he funds
up here.
the team. At least I'm going to assume that.
Yeah. I'm gonna read the points real quick. I'll just get through the top 30 really quick. Harvick 5 wins, Kyle Busch 4, Boyer and Truex have 2, Logano and Dillon have 1, Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, that's the top 10. Kyle Larson still over 100 points to the good. So is Eric Almirola. He's 106 to the good. Jimmy Johnson is now plus 50 over 17th. Chase Elliott is now in 14th. Let's see, what's
like that?
35 up. Let's see, Eric Jones. Eric Jones is 15th in points. He is plus 19, and then Alex Bowman is plus 4. Now on the wrong side of the Chase cutoff. Now I think we all have to remember that a few guys below the cutoff win. This all changes. But being, 4 points below Alex Bowman for a tie is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Paul Menard. And then you got to go a longer way down to 19th is Jamie McMurray. William Byron 20th. Suarez is 22nd or 21st.
Yeah, he fell back.
Wow.
Suarez is 21st.
He did have a couple of bad races, I guess.
Yeah, Newman is 22nd. Walmendinger is 23rd.
22nd.
Bubba's 24th. Reagan is 25th.
Oh my God.
Chris Buescher 26th. Michael Flipping McDowell is 27th. Casey Kane 28th. Kamikaze's favorite driver 29th, and D Burrito 30th. Greg Galding is 31st, only 56 points out of 30th.
Can we talk about Chris Buescher for a little bit? I just feel so bad for him. You win the championship, the Xfinity Series championship in 2015.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And did he make that decision to go drive for them? Like,
I think Jack Roush did.
What?
Probably.
Oh, my.
I don't understand why you just kick Bane out and you put Buescher in. But, I mean, Bane was
Cinderella story for Daytona, and this guy that goes win the Xfinity Series championship goes to
it's like so he goes up to
top 30 finish every year.
He goes up
it's not even like Roush couldn't bring another car. I mean, he brought in the 99 at Daytona one year for Ryan Reed. I mean,
freaking Reed.
Yeah.
All people.
I just feel so bad for Chris Buescher. Like,
he watches after he wins the title, he goes up to Jack Roush and he's like, "Hey, so what are the plans for next year? I'm getting a ride, right? Nah, you're going to Furniture Row."
Well,
that's Roush's like terrible. Like that's like he like makes like the worst decisions on things.
Wait, you mean front row, right?
Funniest.
Even Ricky Stenhouse had to wait another year. He had to go win another championship before he was going up to Cup. So
Stenhouse was so close to being completely canned from the team because he was wrecking so early on in his nationwide career.
He was I feel like he used Colin Braun as an example, and he gave Stenhouse a chance.
Wasn't it Stenhouse that like flipped on his own at Talladega one time? Like just he was like just started swerving out of the path. Or was it Kenseth?
That was Kenseth.
Okay.
Kenseth or Biffle, whichever
one. Kenseth.
Yeah, it was Kenseth.
I always remember it being weird because Kenseth would take the 16 car in the nationwide, and I would always confuse it with Biffle.
Yeah, Biffle did the 17. That's what it was.
What? That's so weird.
Which Carl Edwards was always 60 the entire
Let's see.
time.
AB68 says, how about Buescher to the 6 in 2020 since 2019 is the end of his contract with JTG? See, if I were Buescher, I'd be trying to find a different team because Roush.
I wouldn't want to go back there.
I feel like he'd be a good fit for the Wood Brothers.
Wood Brothers. sense.
Yeah.
For Busher, I feel bad because it's like either what do you do in that situation? Do you stay with the team that you're with, or try to go for Roush, or just lower down the Xfinity series? I mean, if I were him, I would try to go where at least I'm most competitive and go down the Xfinity series again.
Yeah.
We got to think. Harvick's getting up in age.
Yeah, that's right. He is.
Big
He's
time.
40, like 45 or
Yeah, but he's winning every other weekend though.
I know, but still, like you've seen, Gordon won 4 races in 2014 and decided to retire.
I mean,
Carl
Harvick's
Edwards
Oh, yeah,
competed
you're
for a
right.
championship and retired out of the blue. I mean,
I'll never forget that. Oh,
I mean,
it could happen
That
to
hit
anybody.
me.
you know, Harvick's got 2 kids now, and he doesn't want to. I'm sure he doesn't want to miss like most of Keelan's, like, because Keelan's getting what
Keelan's starting
six
summer
or 7
ball,
now. So
Yeah.
Well, and then Kurt Busch, I mean, he's always in the retirement talks.
Yeah, Kurt Busch is up there.
Jimmy Johnson. I still think that, if there's not too much improvement, Johnson might still call it.
I think
for the
probably
future,
next year, but
people talk so much, and we're guilty of it too. We talk so much about people like Elliott, Bowman, them not performing. The thing is, they just need to hang on, because there's going to be a time when they are the people.
that's my biggest preach right now is, sure, I mean, especially with the new Camaro, they should be getting used to it by now, what's going on. I think we all just need to kind of just let things relax. I mean, we have 4 drivers already with more than 2 wins, 2 or more wins.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of that
crazy.
too. I'm guilty of that too. Like, I talk some mess, like we all talk mess on these younger drivers and stuff. I think it's because growing up, I was so used to seeing, younger drivers at the time. These guys were young guns.
When they came in,
16.
they were like 20.
Yeah,
they're in their
Johnson
mid-20s.
was like 24, wasn't
yeah,
it?
that's what I'm saying.
well,
Like,
from like 99 to about, I'd say probably through Denny Hamlin. So from 99 through 2006, it's like every time they hyped up a young driver, Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth, Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, who else was there? Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch. Every time they hyped up one of these new young drivers, they delivered. And now they're hyping these guys up, and like guys like Larson, and even though I gave him so much shit, Elliott, Byron, Bubba, all these people are talented. The problem is either they're not in the right car, they don't have enough experience, or the fact that right now Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch are at the peak of their career with minimal competition.
The absolute perfect example is Joey Logano. When he come in 2009, he's 18 years old, and everyone's like wanting to see him do good. He is doing great in the Nationwide Series for Joe Gibbs. He's doing great over there, but Cup Series, he got lucky and he won New Hampshire because of rain.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, until he won again in 2012, which even then I feel like Dale Jr. had the best car that race and he blew an engine in that one. I feel like, other than that, though, he was just starting to get okay. And then 2013, his 5th year, that's when he became real. Or no, that would have been his 4 for 5th year.
His 5th year, I believe.
But okay, yeah,
You're
but
right.
that is when he became the Joey we know today.
Yeah.
And so
The problem is because he really didn't get prompted to the Cup Series fairly.
No.
He barely got any Xfinity experience before he even moved up to Cup, and that's what really, I think, stunted his growth, because he just moved
Never
up.
ran a full season, did he?
And that's the way. That's why a lot of the drivers are today. Anyways, even if they are getting a full year, sometimes they might need more than 1 year.
Well, I think another thing we have to remember about older drivers too about retiring is like, back, I think Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace are about the last holdovers of this. But drivers that go out until they're in their mid 50s, early 50s, late 40s. It's like nowadays. I mean, Jeff Gordon called it quits pretty young comparatively. Dale Jr. did. Tony Stewart, compared to these other guys, the age that drivers are retiring to keeps decreasing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Kyle Larson retires like around the time he's 40.
Well,
because it's just how the sport is changing to that direction.
Here's another good point here, and Bryden Niederman brought this up, and you could even say the same thing about William Byron nowadays. He come in, Joey Logano, he has potential to have a 20 to 30 year career.
Probably 20, I would think, because if he had a 30-year career, he's going till his 50s. I think or late 40s.
He was in here at 19, right? So that'd be
I say he goes 20 years. He goes to about 39, 40, and then by then it's the same thing. I mean, look at Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is good in almost everything he's in. If you give him a semi-competitive or competitive car, Kurt Busch will deliver for you and at least get you to the chase and probably get you at least to probably round of 8 or 12.
Yeah.
And he's nearly getting chased out of the building. The only problem is they couldn't find a driver that got enough sponsorship. Toad Custer couldn't get enough sponsorship.
Yeah, so
that's the only problem.
I want to bring this point up about the Busch brothers. You just said that Harvick and Busch, they're pretty much at the peak of their careers. Kyle Busch is only like 32 or 33.
Yeah.
He has 10 more years. Yeah. So, I mean,
he's going to be a menace to contend with.
Kyle Busch has like
Kyle's another one of those who
I bet he passes Jeff Gordon on the all-time wins list. That's just my hot take.
Yeah, I can see it.
I definitely see him getting closer to Earnhardt, but I don't see him getting to Gordon.
I see him getting to a couple more fights too.
He's winning right now. He's getting.
I know, but the competition right now is like that one weird transition time where the competition isn't high enough.
It's almost like 92 when Earnhardt and Wallace weren't really doing too well in that year. Like it was that one weird year.
Yeah, it's like you see like Earnhardt back in the day, they're like, I wonder if he can get to Pearson. And he's, I mean, granted, his career was cut short, but he was slowing down towards the end of his career. I mean, for Earnhardt standards, he was going from winning 6 to 8 races a year to winning 1 to 3 and sometimes having winless seasons. So
that's the way Jeff Gordon was too.
Yeah, you see, people are like, Gordon can reach Pearson, and then he started slowing down a little bit. He got a little bit better, like around 14. But I mean, you look at those years from
2012
to 2013. It's like you could start seeing, and I think it was that back injury he got in 2008.
2008 to 2013. Gordon won
when he won nothing in 08. He won once in 09. He didn't win 2010. Yeah, he won 4 races, and then it's like, you can tell when a driver
kind of plateaued.
2007, the early mid 2000s, Jeff Gordon is way different from 2008 on Jeff Gordon. The way that Dale Jr. when he got hurt in 2016, you could tell just from you could see from the dual race, the fact that he couldn't keep the lead on a block that he would normally make wasn't the same Dale Jr. And now it's just that's something that it happens. Drivers plateau off. So right now, I think at this rate, Kyle Busch would be able to, but I do think there's always, for great and famous drivers, you can always see that one point in their career where it's like this is where it all changes. And I think that sooner rather than later, for Harvick at least, I don't know about Busch, but
also too, drivers are getting pushed at a Cup Series a lot younger now than what they used to, so they're gonna be
sluggish to start.
Yeah, I mean, they're not ready yet. I mean, you want an Xfinity title, but you're not ready.
It's like putting a freshman in college into the NFL. It's like they might develop into that player, but they're going to look like dog shit the first 2 or 3 years.
That's why I've always said this, that the right route to go to is, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it, is what's wrong with doing at least 3 years in the Xfinity Series?
That's what they used to do.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get a ton of track time. You're also going to get a ton of wins. It's going to build your confidence up too. I mean, I'd rather do 3 years in the Xfinity Series and dominate.
Well, look at Matt Kenseth, Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Biffle in the early series. It's like those guys, and people don't even think really Biffle, but those guys, those guys developed. And those guys developed in those series like they're meant to be. They're meant to be developmental series, and they did. And you look right out the bat, they're all winning races. I mean, look at Greg Biffle. By the time he was in his 3rd year, he was leading, I think he was leading the sport in most wins.
He's a championship contender.
Yeah. I mean,
and
it's just they don't do it right in these days.
Today we have drivers who, and perfect example of this is our old buddy Greg Gaulding, who checked the system. They checked the system. They buy their way up way too quickly. They skipped developmental series because this kid went from K&N, like a handful of trucks, a handful of Xfinity, boom, Cup Series, all because he skipped everything and he just bought himself up. That's all happened.
Here's the problem with this, and you can sort of blame Kyle Busch for this too. I think everyone was going the route that I just said, 3 years probably or more in like the lower series. But then you have a guy like Kyle Busch who in his first career truck series start was 16 years old. So if some people were, I mean, some teams were probably scrambling like, wow, we got to find a guy like that. Everyone's trying to find like the next, probably Kyle Busch, where you can just put him in a car at like 16 or 17 years old in like the upper and like the higher series, and he'll just like run up front and just dominate. But the problem is there's never going to be another Kyle Busch, I don't think. At least maybe for like maybe the next 20 to 25.
I think that's why they pushed Joey Logano so soon, is that Kyle Busch proved that pushing a teenager going into his 20s into the sport, like Kyle, the age I'm at now, Kyle Busch had already won a race. Like, I mean, just think about that. I mean, it's like he proved that this formula that they wanted to work all along could, and I think that's why you saw a Joey Logano get pushed up, and it's why you're seeing, even though it didn't pan out right away, him doing well. Yeah. Right after he started doing well, that's when you start noticing these other drivers start getting pushed. So it's sort of a domino effect, I guess.
I still think it's funny that Kyle Busch won his Nationwide Series championship in a year when it probably more should have been Logano who was competing for it, and Kyle Busch did it without even running all of the races.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. What 13 races that year?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't do but like maybe 6 of them or something like that. I think Matt DiBenedetto was in a few of those races where he wasn't there.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, when you do take that formula and you look at the success to failure rate, more drivers have failed going this route than have succeeded. Kyle Busch to me is like an anomaly. Like, let's take a look at Rob Moroso, who was way before his time. Back in like the 90s, 20-year-olds were not getting Cup Series rides. He was a total idiot. If you haven't seen my bus video on him, go see that. We all know how that ended.
Yeah, everyone knows the bias there with Black Lives Matter and him. So yeah,
Casey Atwood was definitely one of those guys too. Just awful. And who's another bust?
Jason Patrick.
Jason Leffler, for sure. I mean, it's this whole formula. It never really pans out. I mean, it rarely does, unless you're Kyle Busch, I guess.
I think it all stems back to Jeff Gordon too, because when he went to the Cup Series, he was only like 20 or 21.
Yeah, that's right.
And at first, if you put your mindset up to like prior to 1995, Gordon really wasn't doing like amazing at first. It took him till his third year to really start getting like competitive.
Yeah. And Hendrick back then wasn't what it is today, or in the 2000s.
Yeah,
I think by like maybe when Gordon was there, it was like a 2-car operation, maybe.
Yeah,
it was not that big then.
I think Gordon was the second addition to the team.
Well, the first car was it the 5 or the 25?
Yeah, it was the 20, or was it the 25? I thought it was the 25.
It was the 5.
It was the first one.
It was the 5 because that's what shocked me so much about the 5 this year. Like, that's what surprised me so much about it. Yeah, so it was the 5, and I think the 20, because Gordon's first race was the 92 Hooters 500, and then his first season was 93. So I think by then the 25 had Schrader at that point.
Yeah,
so he was the third team. He was really I think Hendrick kind of was like the first like more than 2 cars on a team, and was showing that could work. And I think that a lot of that had to do with Gordon.
The only notable drivers before Gordon was Jeffrey Bodine, of course, and Tim Richmond, but he had suddenly passed. And to a certain extent, you could say Ken Schrader, but he really wasn't all that in the Cup Series.
Schrader's just a great damn personality. I mean, you ever seen the Beyond 200? And he's like sitting there and he's like saying how Chocolate Myers is in the hospital with him. He's like, I really feel bad, Jeff. It really took a toll on him. And Schrader's like, yeah, I was sitting flipping in the air. Please don't let this emotionally harm Jeff.
Here's the thing about Ken Schrader. Now, I guess he's exactly like another Kenny Wallace. At a NASCAR track, they're going to be goofy. But if you see him at a dirt track, you better show them some respect.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Ken Schrader's more entertaining than goofy, whereas and Ken Schrader is like intelligent with how he says stuff.
Yeah, Kenny Wallace is more. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
I will say this: Rusty is a lot more professional than Kenny.
oh yes, definitely, and that you can even tell
yeah.
when he's on the MRN, and stuff.
Darian, you know what you need to do?
But
You need to do a. Are you ever gonna do a NASCAR bust on Danica Patrick?
I am planning on it, but I want to make it. I want to make it into like maybe
series?
20 parts because there's. I mean, I can't.
Oh man, she's gonna get more than one.
So like 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016.
Well, it's like there's just so much like
A year by year breakdown on how bad she was.
I mean, I don't know if I'll make it like that long. Maybe like 2 or 3 videos explaining it. If I fit everything about this whole story or this whole saga into one video, that video will probably be like 30 minutes, probably.
30 minutes. I'm pretty sure you could do 2 videos of 15 minutes. Of
Kamikaze.
2013.
Kamikaze, Danica Patrick, NASCAR busts the movie.
There's just so many wrecks, though, that if I put them all in one video, it's just gonna be.
Dude,
Yeah, she even
there's
ended
no
her
way
career on 2 wrecks.
5-year video, man.
Oh, and I saw
Nope.
that. And Jake Paul recorded it too, by the way. I hope everyone knows that.
Yeah,
He was in the race.
dude.
Jake Paul, yeah, he was at the Homestead race.
Yeah, but there's
Oh,
no way you're gonna make a 5-year video, man. I'll
I-
never
I-
allow that.
I just try not to give either of the Paul brothers any attention. So
yeah, never.
All you got to do is die, and you'll get their attention.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. What's everyone's top 3 favorite drivers? Because I just want to know.
Oh,
like
of all-
right now or of all time.
Of all time or right now.
No, like right now, because of all time.
Okay, active
Right
then.
I
Well,
only
for
have
me it's
one,
Bubba.
Really.
Yeah, for
no,
me
like
it's
top
Bubba.
3, like going from 3, 2 to 1.
yeah.
Oh,
3.
like the top 3 are our 3 favorite drivers, like that are racing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
For me, it's
Greg
Bowman.
Golding just to piss off Danny.
For me, it's Bowman, Elliott. Third, I guess Martin Truex, but Paul Menard is a close 4 for me. I like Paul.
Yeah.
Hard from an
Paul's
hard.
cool. Yeah.
I could probably name my top 5 right now.
Yeah, for me, it's I mean, since I have to really think about it, Bubba Wallace, of course. Clint Boyer is really. I mean, I've always liked him. Spingate, after Spingate, I kind of didn't, because like when I was little, I had broken my middle finger and I had like a whole cast, and he actually signed my cast. I still have it somewhere. This was like in 2009. Him and Joey Logano signed my cast for me, so that was pretty cool.
Can you sign this autograph?
And I guess my third favorite right now would probably have to be Eric Jones. I just see him, out of all the young guns who have not won a race, I could just see him like sometime next year. Just
I gotta say,
8 races or something. I can
My-
see.
Can we talk about Bubba for like 1 second? Because I feel like in 10 years, I see Bubba going to Stort Haas racing. Just something about him reminds me of Tony Stort.
yes.
Yes,
The fact that he doesn't care like about
Exactly.
what people
Like,
think.
drivers like that just makes the sport so fun. Like
I could see
Tony
Bubba.
Stort wrecks and throws a helmet at Kenseth. He fought Logano. Logano threw a water bottle at him.
Yeah.
He talked shit after.
Realistically, I could say that because we was talking earlier. Harvick's doing great right now, but he doesn't have many more years. Kurt Busch doesn't have many more years. Almirola can be there for a little while longer. But how old's Clint? He come in when he was
36.
Yeah, 'cause
Wow.
he come in
I think-
fairly old because he spent a lot of time on dirt before he come to NASCAR.
Yeah.
Look, I
We'll
could
go
see. I thought
Back to the tried and true tradition of looking up
I
the
thought-
ages.
I thought Bubba was gonna go to the 10, like either to the 77 or the 10, like heading into this season. So I was very disappointed when.
Holy shit, Clint
next
Boyer's
10 years-
39.
He's
Wow.
39.
Damn.
So obviously, Stuart
Yeah.
Haas at some point is going
We're
to
gonna
be
have
needing
some
some new
spots open.
drivers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Alright,
I could totally
Bubba.
see Bubba being in the 4. But
Bubba the
like
four.
my favorite,
That'd be
Bubba,
awesome.
Blaney.
Well,
and
maybe if
Never
they don't, if Haley
Don't
Deegan
forget
doesn't get
Custer.
that push
Don't
in there
forget
for
Custer.
Harvick, so
Really quick, here's my lineup for Stuart Haas by the year probably, let's say 2021, when these guys are established. Okay, so I can see Cole Custer going. He's in the 41. Haley.
No, Kurt Busch will still be in the 41. It's like the retired story every year, and watch him just keep like
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You know,
He's the Brett Favre of NASCAR.
I'm just kidding, but yeah, Cole Custer would be a good fit for the 41.
Yeah. So like one of these guys is probably going to stay by that time. So I could see Kurt Busch staying in the 41.
I guess I could see it too. It's just like every year it's like, oh, Kurt's gonna retire, and then he just keeps staying.
So like Kurt Busch stays in the 41. Eric Almirola will probably stay in the 10. Then in the 4 and the 14, I could see Haley Deegan and Bubba. That'd be pretty.
Look at Kamikaze's comment. Fools Boyer is God. He has no age.
Hold on, I think on one of her videos she said in 4 years she's trying to be in the Xfinity series. So I would say Haley Deegan by 2025 because she's only 16 years old.
Oh
yeah. So she does have more time. She could actually maybe take over for Almirola time-wise, honestly.
Well, JC says Harvick retiring while in his prime. My ass, LOL. Well, I mean, Junior won 7 races over 2 years, and within 2 years later was retired. I mean, for different circumstances. But look at Carl Edwards.
Is JC just tuning into the stream because we talked about this earlier?
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Johnson was champion 2 years ago, so.
Yeah, and now
the reason Carl Edwards retired, I believe, is because of what happened at Homestead, and it was probably one of the most saddest moments in my.
It broke my heart, honestly.
Life.
He also said that it had to do with the sponsorship too.
Well, and I think that, and then also I know he did say that the stuff like with concussions scared the hell out of him too. I know a lot of drivers have said
there's just certain points in racing. Yeah, there's just certain points in racing that pretty much. Like, it's just like heartbreaking you. Number 1 to me is J.R. Hildebrand in the 2011 Indy 500 slamming the wall.
Oh, I remember that.
And then
later that
National
night,
Guard
running out of gas.
National Guard had a bad night.
There was twice National Guard. It's like, fuck. Yeah, no, damn it.
Hildebrand same sense. Like I saw him like do an interview at like in this year's Indy 500, and he just has like a ton of facial hair and just his hair is long. Like I don't know. I could tell he's probably still very depressed over that.
Here's another like heartbreaking moment. This for Junior fans, the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, so sad. So sad.
My god. And for Chase fans, Chase
Every
Elliott.
race, we all know he sucks. He sucks.
He doesn't suck. I mean, Chase Elliott's my second favorite driver. So second Harvick retires, I'm going straight.
I've witnessed 3 heartbreaks. 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you have. I mean,
so really,
I've been to MIS, both 2016 MISs and the freaking Chicagoland race where Michael McDowell.
I remember that.
Yeah,
don't forget Martinsville with Denny Hamlin. Don't forget.
I wasn't at that race though.
Yeah, I was there for that one though. I was there for that one.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh man.
So I got to ask. So really quick, I have this question. So you being a Chase Elliott fan, I gotta ask this from other Chase Elliott fans' perspectives. Are they like getting pissed off at other fans because of all the jokes and stuff?
Did you not see him earlier in the stream?
I do want to apologize. I need to.
For a second, I thought Gino was gonna rip through the computer and grab my throat.
This is the reason I left Instagram. Is because the community was so toxic.
Okay.
I was respectively cheering for Chase Elliott, and I would get just random comments on there saying that he sucks. It's like, okay, run along. And then when I'd say that, they would be like, "Oh, you're such a crybaby." So that's why I moved to Twitter, where it's been so much better. And then tonight it's like, oh great, it's back to the old Instagram.
If you actually think that Chase Elliott is never going to win at least one Cup Series race, you are seriously.
No, I still think he's going to win a championship. I still have that feeling he's going to win a championship because he starts a lot of time.
I think last year.
The kid has such a long career. He's going when these people do retire off, he is going to be one of the top guys with everyone else.
He proved me wrong last year.
Drivers, we can't hype up drivers because, including with video games, like we hype these things up so much, and then when they don't come up to the hype, we're not satisfied.
I think that's the biggest reason why people, like for instance, like Danica Patrick. That's why people hated Danica. Is because she was hyped up to be like, she's gonna be the female version of Dale Earnhardt, and it's like,
you guys can blame NASCAR for all this overhyping.
The whole actually,
and that's the thing with Elliott. He's been hyped up as like the second coming. It's like, listen, he's like, there are not many great drivers that come through. There are plenty of good drivers, and he is a good driver.
I don't think
he is a superstar.
A 30 race winner, and I'm fine with that.
I could see
I
just
see him
wanna
like
see
a
him
Terry
win.
Labonte.
Yeah.
I see him as a Terry Labonte.
I mean, he's
That's
probably
good.
Matt
I
Kenseth.
wanted to
I think
give
Matt
my
Kenseth
take
would be a
on.
decent comparison too.
All right.
Yeah, what if?
What were you saying?
No, I just wanted to give my take on Chase Elliott because like I've been following him since around 2013. So I mean, seeing him kind of go through the ranks and the Xfinity Series and now the Cup, like even like to now, like I never really thought this. I don't know why people have this notion that people are saying that he sucks because like his rookie season, though he didn't win, like it was really stellar. Like he ran well. There was many times where he had chances to win, as well as 2017, and led a whole bunch of laps. And if we're going to compare him to his dad didn't really have the funding as Chase does like nowadays. And it took Bill Elliott quite a couple of years to really get his first win.
So let me point this out. So let me point this out really quick. Chase Elliott, and you guys can debate this, but Chase Elliott, if you compare like pressure, like high expectations, like so let's compare him and Earnhardt Jr. Since Chase Elliott's probably going to win the most popular driver award. Chase Elliott has more pressure to me than Earnhardt ever did coming into
I think so too.
Think about this really quick. So you already have your famous last name, your famous father, Bill Elliott, and then heading into your rookie season, you're replacing an all-time great in Jeff Gordon. I've never seen a driver come in with so much pressure like that, and he's been able to handle it well so far.
I think another reason contributing is Jeff Gordon in the 2016 season. If you go back and watch those races, I think he hypes Chase Elliott up a lot during the broadcast, and I think that makes a lot of people upset. Is that like he's kind of being shoved down their throats? And the reason I became an Elliott fan is because of the 24. I mean, my birthday's on the 24th. Gordon's been my favorite all my life, and it's just fitting to stay with Chase. And now that he's moved to the 9, they hyped it up again because he's going back to his dad's number, and I think that just makes more people mad. And I just think it's more of the media wanting these young drivers to win so bad that it's becoming toxic to everyone. I mean, I'm sure everyone's probably getting upset that Blaney's being shoved down our throats, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott especially. So I mean,
can I say one thing?
The young drivers, yes, you may.
Okay. About the Earnhardt, like going into his rookie season, I feel like Earnhardt had more of, like, what's the word for it? After his dad died, he had more pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you could tell, like, right after that, he wrecked at Rockingham, Pocono. You could tell it affected him.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about, I agree with that.
I mean, Junior's first start, literally, they had a countdown to E-Day. I mean, they were counting down to his first start.
Yeah.
Like, if that's not pressure to the fact that you're some 25 at the time year old when his first start, you're some 25-year-old, and they're literally like CBS is counting down to when your first start is, and you're not even going full time. I mean, that's gotta be and that's gotta be a ton of pressure. And then on top of that, it got more and more after his dad died, because then you have to live up to the like I think as it's went, Chase's pressure has sort of went a little more down, because I think the Jeff Gordon hype has sort of as Junior went. I mean, he had more and more hype the further from Dale Earnhardt's death it got, I think, because I mean, you just keep getting the further in his career, you keep getting these comparisons. And then really quick, Gavin NASCAR 2348 had a funny comment, said Danica probably got banged more from the safer barrier than by Ricky.
Oh gosh.
So really quick, Bulldog Jr. had a pretty good comment. Blaney pretty much has had no pressure because he's already better than his father. I could agree with that.
Oh wow.
I would agree.
I mean, it hurts, but it's true in a way.
Yeah.
I really love when the community gets cheap shot comments.
I think Dave should take pride in that, though.
Right.
Like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Is better than him.
No, yeah.
And
I mean,
Dave's a pretty good dirt driver, though.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Dave Blaney because I never really felt like he got a really good opportunity like Ryan Blaney has. Like Dave Blaney never
He was
had.
a rookie.
Like,
I remember
that kind of ride.
I remember
He was
like
a rookie in
sparks.
2000 too.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
remember
he was
in like 2000 and 2001. He drove for that one team, and he was pretty good.
Well, the thing most people don't remember is in the 2001 spring Atlanta race, Dave Blaney led a pretty good chunk of that race.
I know. I was
down.
watching that old race recently. I was like, wow, he was actually running up front.
If
Hey,
he had an equal enough car, he would be competing for wins.
Yeah.
Never forget that Dave Blaney almost won a 500.
He did.
Oh, 2012.
I do
Well,
remember
and
that.
who was the third? He was the third place car that was chasing down Craven and Busch at Darlington in 2003.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
it was.
Wasn't bad. He was not a bad driver. It's just the fact that one, he's nice, and two, he never had the equipment. I mean, let's not for a second think that until they had that little thing with Penske going on, that the Wood brothers were anything more than a restrictor plate team, and Blaney looked respectable with that.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the last time Dave Blaney really had a somewhat competitive car he could run with, I think was at right after Clint Boyer went to the 33, and then the 07 went to Dave Blaney.
You saw that, Darian?
Yeah, I saw it.
We have a doubly dud spotting. Dave Blaney is better than Richard Petty.
Now, so that comment come live from the cornfield of Carl Edwards.
Still crying.
Somehow still has better Wi-Fi than me.
Wait, hold on. Did everyone say their top 5 favorite driver?
I
I just want to say it.
Mine's
didn't-
Chase Elliott. My number one. I think everybody knows that.
I didn't say my top 3. My top 3 for the Cup Series, like nowadays, would be Martin Truex Jr. And it's not because of the hype surrounding him. It's mainly because I remember when he lost his ride at Michael Waltrip and he was with Furniture in 2014. He built the team up through 2015, and I saw him like win at Pocono in 2015. I remember going through like haulers and like all the merchandising. There was only one little tiny row of just like hats from. Like he was so just under the radar, it seemed like at that time. And watching him kind of get better throughout the years and stuff, and also with his wife having breast cancer and all that sort of stuff, like it made me really like just enjoy his story, just enjoy like him being this very successful.
You talk about him barely having any merchandise. Now he's got an entire hauler now.
I remember when I was little, when I first watched NASCAR. I remember he was in the Busch Series, and this was when NASCAR was like really big. Like everyone was hyping up Truex too, because he was like so dominant in like 04 and 05, winning both championships. So I've always held him up to like a high regard. I don't know, like I've always said that, you know what, if he just gets in the right situation, he'll be a champion again.
And his car from 2006 to 2008 looks so freaking badass.
Yeah.
I think like DEI got it right where they just like even Waltrip's 15 car looked really good, especially when they had sort of that metallic blue to it. And DEI just had this thing where it's like you just get one color and have the E on the side of it. You have a badass looking race car.
What's weird is we talk good about that, but we also criticize Penske for using that same shell base for every new sponsor that they get.
Well, I think the difference with that is that it's like it kind of looks like that DEI where the streaks going back and stuff. I mean, if it was just, I liked it when it was like how Kurt Busch and Rusty Wallace in the mid 2000s had it, where it's just blue with that like white trim, and then like same style of number, same with sort of like Hendrick, but it's like at the same time it's like they do sort of, if it's going to be different sponsors, because they always had the same sponsor at DEI. It was just like for each team, it was just a matter of like changing the colors.
There was a level of simplicity to it that I really liked about it too.
It was about the most simple you could get it with it still looking good.
Yeah,
I know. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just I always remember the Rusty Wallace scheme when I was a lot younger, being like kind of like a copy of Earnhardt's paint scheme, because it was like very similar, just different colors.
I know it's a Miller. Sorry,
MNR. However the hell you say it, says I saw a comment on one of David Land's thing. Let's see, what's the comment? It says Danica didn't like the Sunny D.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I love these guys. They're so fucking funny.
We need to get David Land on here.
We do. Well, actually, I was on one of his, like when he was at Indy, I was watching one of his streams, and he's like sitting there, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait for this at Indy. Like I wasn't even like asking him to be on the stream, and then there was like probably 12 comments in a row. They're like, go on the Iceberg stream, go on the Iceberg. He's like, who is the Iceberg? I don't know this guy. And
No,
I'm a NASCAR YouTuber.
We need to bring Michael Marutz. Please bring him on this show.
Michael
You guys
Marutz?
know
Oh,
who
yeah.
Michael Marutz is?
Yeah, I've watched
Please,
him.
that kid is a clown. Oh my gosh. He's not even, I
What's
don't know why
really-
I'm calling him a kid. Everyone here is older than me, but he's just, oh my gosh, he's hilarious.
The thing with him is, because I've been doing like the whole YouTube thing and been on this site since 2008. So, I mean, I've been around for a while, and I remember when I was about 20, when I used the What If Racing account, I was just starting to post playthroughs on NASCAR 15, and I acted so similar to how Michael Mertz was in his videos now, and it just kind of makes me laugh because like I remember that time period for me, and I know he's not the same age as me, but it just reminded me of that, and it's just something it just always makes me laugh. But yeah,
Let me say, can I say my top 5 real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
All right, so number 5, I'm just going to look at the comments section. Number 5, just because it's my girlfriend's favorite driver, I'm going to say Bracken Zlowski. Number 4 probably has to be Ryan Blaney. And number 3, Bubba Wallace. And number 2 will be Chase Elliott. I mean, I love Chase Elliott.
Wait, hold up really quick.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend watches NASCAR?
Yeah.
Fucking lucky.
You're lucky man.
My fiance watches.
I mean, I got her into it because you know,
I
I live in Miami, and my school is, I mean, it's right next to the track.
Oh, okay.
Homestead.
Yeah, I turned my fiance into a NASCAR fan. She didn't want to watch it. I took her to one race, and now she's got diecast collection about as good as mine now. So,
and probably
That's
number
awesome,
one will definitely is obviously going to be Kevin Harvick. I just love dickhead drivers. I don't know what's with me and these.
At least you
dickhead-
can admit it.
I love Jeff Gordon. I love Tony Stewart. Just I don't know. It just makes it entertaining. I love Bubba Wallace when he got on Denny Hamlin about Adderall and all that stuff after the Daytona race.
Savages, bro. They're savage.
It's just it makes the sport entertaining. I don't want it to be like WWE where they like wrestle all the time and stuff like that and like make it like fake. But it's just something about dickhead drivers. It just makes the sport so interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Also, too, you need parity in terms of personality.
Yeah.
You need to have those drivers like that. You need to have the quiet ones and all that sort of stuff. In that regard, it's really important to have like just a very nice variety of personality sort of driven drivers.
One driver that has a pretty good personality is Chris Buescher.
Yes,
You
but
just don't
look what he's
see it
driving.
You don't see it a lot. That's the thing. It's the problem.
Yeah, that's the vibe I've always gotten from him.
He's really cool. Very talkative.
So Jared said y'all sleeping on Cale Yarbrough. Well, I'm not. I mean, he is.
Yeah, I'm not.
We're doing our current ones, not.
Yeah, that's like
current ones. Yeah, of course. Cale Yarbrough is like he was a
no neck Cale.
Yeah. My mom wants me to do a video on Cale Yarbrough so bad. The only problem is it's just like finding like the right clip sometimes for
Do
it.
his 88th season, his last year. I remember that being not good. So
Was that like a bad season's one?
I guess. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. Like,
Okay. Well, I was gonna do like I was gonna probably include them in like my championship series where I talk about championship seasons.
ooh, yeah,
So
that would
what
be a good
about-
idea.
So,
Hold
yeah.
on. Did Tony Stewart? Tony Stewart.
2012. Sorry. Have you done Carl Edwards 2012?
No, I will though.
That was a pretty atrocious season.
How about Tony Stewart 2014?
Yeah.
Tony Stewart 2015.
I mean,
Tony
Tony
Stewart
Stewart
2012 or 2013, 14,
Dale
15.
Jr. 2009.
Oh.
Oh, now it's a roast. Here we go.
It's a really quick question. So since you brought up Tony Stewart's 2014 season, now this just came to mind.
Wait 1 second, Flying Gator. Spencer Gallagher likes weed better than Cale.
So really quick, okay, so like in my Gone Too Soon series, I talk about drivers that are coming up and stuff. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Kara Hendrick. I'm thinking about doing a video on her. Have you guys ever heard of her?
Never heard of her.
No. So like she was like an open wheel driver. She raced with Jeff Gordon sometime like back in the day when he was coming up. So I'm thinking about doing a video on her. So basically my point is
Wasn't she that girl that Danica Patrick had to confront because she was driving too slow during practice?
He died. No.
Oh, yeah. she
Kara
died.
Hendrick died in like 91. Like this was
Oh, okay.
really quick. So I also wanted to bring this driver up because the whole point of the series is like not just talking about NASCAR drivers who were in the sport at the time who passed, and and didn't fulfill their potential, but also talking about drivers who could have been in the sport eventually. So since you brought up Tony Stewart's 2014 season, would Kevin Ward Jr. be in good taste, or just leave that alone?
I think he was just some kind of local.
I think for context purposes, it's important to mention it because I feel like a part of the reason, another reason why his season was not doing so well was because of that incident, and I do think it's a very reasonable thing to, I guess, include in there. In that context.
I thought you meant the full video of like Kevin.
I meant the full.
More.
I would just kind of mention it like this instead of going into full detail of what happened. Just say Tony Stewart's season was plagued by controversy at a dirt track that made mainstream attention.
I
like that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
sorry. So really quick, I was talking about So I was gonna do it like that in Tony Stewart's 2014 bad season, but I was also asking, would it be in good taste to do like a Gone Too Soon on Kevin Ward Jr. or just leave that alone?
No, leave that alone.
Leave that alone.
Your channel.
One at a time.
That channel.
I mean, here's the thing. He was just you're mostly a NASCAR channel. He was probably going to just be a dirt track. So
I think he's just a local dirt track ringer. But
at the same time, he was killed by a NASCAR driver. So I mean,
here's the big thing is like when people bring up the name Kevin Ward Jr., the first thing people don't think of is his death. The first thing people think of is like the controversy around it. Like his family, right? His family turned that into a giant circus.
Yeah. I mean, that is a good point. But I mean, I know everyone, they want to call him like an idiot and all that stuff for, just he should have, never gotten out of his car. He should have never ran in front of, walked in front of like Stewart's car and all that stuff. But I think if we put all that aside, I don't know. I don't know. Like, obviously didn't know him personally, but I don't know. Maybe he's a good guy.
Look who's here.
Like, maybe he's not like the.
Hello there.
Hey, what's up?
Is this a bad time? I heard y'all talking about Kevin Ward Jr.
No, I was talking about possibly.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. We managed to deliver. Here is the.
Yeah, I'm no longer the backmarking double E wannabe, right? What you call me?
Yeah, Danny? We called him discount double E dad.
What the hell? They're trashing him like that.
They're both great guys. They're both funny. They both do stop motion. I mean, there you go.
The only difference is the tracks. That's the only difference.
So we have our magnificent.
Eric, we got to start a fake beef on YouTube just to get our fans upset with us.
A beef? You're a really average person. I can't think of anything.
Well, I mean, that's true. So
just make a response video criticizing his video he put up today.
Diss tracks are still a thing. Should we start doing diss tracks?
Yeah.
Like actual tracks, like race tracks. We diss each other with the racetrack themselves. I don't know. That's how you get really creative right there.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes of NASCAR YouTube, folks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're still live, aren't we? Oh shoot.
Yeah, I just hopped on.
Plan's ruined.
I just want to watch the viewers that are coming in. Yep, look at them all come in.
I mean, Eric, I gave you some good ammunition with me winning my own series, so run with it.
I just wanted to hop on so I could plug my channel and stuff before you guys log off. That's all I can
do. Okay. That's right. The guy with the most subs coming in.
Yeah, well, I don't think I got all of them.
Ooh.
Irony, not even once.
No, but back on the Kevin Ward thing.
Yeah.
This is the thing. If you just mention the name Kevin Ward, all the Tony Stewart fans are gonna swarm. There's gonna be a huge controversy because remember, wasn't he intoxicated when that happened?
Yep.
He tested positive for marijuana in his system.
And that season was so bad for him. For one, he broke his leg leg. I'm sorry, I say it wrong.
Previous season.
Yeah, and then didn't really have a good start. And then after the dirt track incident, it just kept going downhill. Yeah. And then his 2016 season.
He also broke his leg.
Yeah, in the off season, before the preseason began.
See, this is the thing when you eat way too many pizzas. You're just gonna keep breaking your leg, not stretching out. I mean, I'm a Tony Stewart fan.
That's another fun topic I always hear with the Tony Stewart incident, and not for 2014, 2016, because everybody was saying like they were comparing him to Kyle Busch, and like people. I guess maybe people just don't understand that like for Tony Stewart, like he isn't like at that point he's not in his prime anymore. He's already up there in age. While Kyle Busch, when that incident happened to him in 2015, he was in the peak of his physical health and everything, so he was able to kind of bounce back from that a lot easier, so I feel like people like when they were talking about it just weren't aware of it. So I just
know. Do you guys see what Incarnation put?
What did he put?
No.
See? What?
It's in the chat.
He said it in the chat about Russell Phillips.
Hey. But what do you say? What do you put?
Oh my gosh.
We're not reading that out loud.
Yeah, I'm not reading that out loud.
I don't know.
Can someone spell it? Can someone spell it or
Holy crap! Oh my god.
What incarnation?
Oh man, that's even I'm like questioning about that. So.
God.
I see Eric finally, and that's it. That's all I've seen.
I
own
Hell, and I think
they
that's
both look 40.
No.
Who is it?
Don't worry, Nick.
Don't read it out loud, but it's.
I don't know who that is.
Just look him up sometime and you'll know.
Yeah, I'm not. That's like one of the worst fatal accidents. Not one of the worst. That's the worst fatal accident ever, like of all time in racing.
There it is.
Yeah, next.
Wait, are you guys talking about the all caps
put
words? Are you guys talking about that or no?
What Incarnation? Don't leave. You can stay, but like Nick Sand said, that did go over the line a little bit.
Flying Gator says if the Iceberg is questioning it, it's got to be bad.
Yeah.
Guys, so really quick, guys, in the comments, this is for you. Look, I'm all for jokes and stuff, but when you bring like a deceased driver into it, that's crossing the line.
That is one thing. Okay, I'll say this is one thing that's kind of. Like every now and then a dark joke I'm cool with, but the fact that like the last few weeks I've noticed that it's a common theme in our chat to make jokes about how drivers die. And it's like, come on, guys, that's not cool.
Especially when I know that some of the people posting this are like 12 to 13 years old. Like that's listen. You need to learn this at some point. You're gonna grow up, and that stuff is not gonna be funny when you're our age.
Yeah.
Well, and
if you actually seen the wreck, I mean, I don't know. I just stay away from that stuff because think about how his family feels and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't put driver I'm thinking about doing a video on Dale Earnhardt at some point, and I'm not going to put any footage of the wreck. There's no way. Let's just not pay attention to them. If they're going to put stuff? Who cares? We can just not answer the chat. That'll be our way of not saying or protesting.
Okay, so put it like this: if the chat doesn't start behaving, well, we don't
answer that. Well, we don't even have to turn it off. We just don't answer it.
Guys, I also wanted to point this out. We're gonna have Jesse Iwuji on, and if there's gonna be inappropriate comments that we think that they're gonna put and stuff, then we might just have the chat off just for that. You know?
Like when you have
go ahead.
Bigger. It's all about.
I want to address something. Nobody start bullying What Incarnation or anything. Listen. He made a mistake, and he can learn from it. No one say anything bad to him or anything.
Well, and I won't read them out loud because that's not cool to say which ones it is. But there are a few names that are in the chat a lot that we do have kind of tabs on of they're too far. They're on our basically blacklist of answering a lot of stuff from. So let's just.
Well, when you have that driver on, you have to think of it in a business sort of sense.
Yeah.
In any way, you have to have a level of profession there. So if he's gonna if that driver is gonna put himself in a position where he's gonna be in a chat, he's hoping that everything is gonna be at least semi-professional, as well as hopefully the chat isn't gonna be toxic or do anything bad. I would feel bad for him in his position to have it.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, so I really want to get Natalie Decker on the stream sometime. And another driver that has had controversy in the past and that is now on Twitter, Jeremy Mayfield. I would like to get him on the stream sometime too. But if we ever do get those two, I'm thinking about just turning the comments off or the chat off because you might say some inappropriate things, and then if they see that, then they're not going to want to come back on and stuff. So
I think if you get Mayfield, definitely turn the chat off. So I think it'll be kind of fascinating to kind of have him on because it seems like he's a pretty cool person. So I don't want him to feel like regretting it.
How about this? So we won't have the chat for that day. For any legitimate questions anyone wants, we can probably just make like a 5-minute video, or like we could probably just go turn the chat off of it, but make a stream, do for like 5 minutes, sort of say like, hey, ask these questions or whatever, and then whatever questions people leave in the comments, we'll ask that. But I guess the rest of this stream and then the fan stream next week, I guess that should be pretty much a prove it deal, like prove that you can chill out with it.
Yeah. I'll put it like this, guys. Listen, we love doing this, and we love all the fan interaction here. But over the past few weeks, it has gotten to be a little too out of control and a little too toxic. We really need to tone it down a little bit. On our side a little bit, too. I think there's times when we're guilty of getting off topic too much, and I apologize for that. But we need to get everyone back on topic here, I guess.
Yeah. So that's just my rant. First off, there's the last thing I want to say. We love you guys. The stream wouldn't be possible without you guys and stuff. So okay. So cute. So anyways, yeah.
Let's go. Talk about the 11.
I'm in a really awkward position because
I feel like I just got sent to the principal's office. That's exactly how I feel right now.
Don't you do it.
Wow.
It's awkward for me because I say so many messed up things.
Oh, same
past,
here.
present, future, on my channel, but I feel like, I guess this might be a subjective opinion, but there's always a time and place for really twisted jokes, and if you're you don't want to say a messed up twisted joke at a funeral or there's just a time and place for all sorts of things to kind of be said. And
and it's it's like the chat was saying, it's like if that's sort of been the running joke, one of the many running jokes we've had is that I'm the insanely vulgar, inappropriate one compared to the rest.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm saying holy shit, it's like, come on guys, we'll just take a chill pill. We'll go from 2012 Kurt Busch to 2013 on Kurt Busch and go from there.
I was kind of curious.
Eric does look spooky as hell right now.
So we've kind of had to come to Jesus meeting here tonight, guys. So
we had a Morgan Shepherd moment.
I think this is a good point. Let's go ahead and.
Wait, can I ask one more question for everyone? I have one more.
Sure.
Yeah.
How old is everyone here? Because I'm just curious. I think I'm the youngest one, right? I'm 17. So
let's go one at a time.
All right.
All right. I'm 20.
All right.
20.
I'm 22. I'll be 23 in September.
I'll be 24 in 10 days. 11 days. Sorry.
23.
20.
So about 20 to 24. Most of us in there.
Say his or no?
Yeah. How old are you?
Are you there? Are you there? What if?
Oh! I already said it. I said I was 23.
Yeah, he said he's 23.
And 17. So yeah, I'm the baby here.
Okay.
All right, you go, dude.
Thanks, Austin.
All right. So with that being said, I think this is a good time because we've been streaming combined between my channel and Iceberg's channel, where we tried to start today. We've now been doing this for over 2.5 hours. So that's
I'm putting both of them into the playlist too. Yeah. So we're not deleting that little piece of history.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's canon. It's canon.
That is. You can just title that live stream live from McDonald's or something. I don't know.
live stream. No, that's our. That'll be like.
Or live stream to the principal's office.
If we're gonna be like E3, we'll just say that's our DLC content.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
All right, so that's a good time to go ahead and be wrapping it up here.
Right.
I'll go ahead and say something real fast for me, and then we'll let everyone get through here because we got a lot of people to say what their piece, and then we'll close it out. So my name is DannyBTalks here. Thank you for coming out to my channel when we had to come over here last second. When this video gets done, go over and watch the video that I put up today. It's my thoughts on what's going to happen with the next chapter in NASCAR Heat 3. So go ahead and go check that out. Guys, I'm going to be at the NHRA races in Bristol this weekend. Be my first time ever going to an NHRA drag race, so it'll be a unique experience for me. I look forward to seeing that. I'll be doing some vlogging and stuff at that. I've got tickets for Saturday and Sunday. I'd like to go to both days. I'm not sure if I'm willing to drive back and forth or if I'll get a hotel or what, but I'll just wait and see. But yeah, I'm gonna go up there and watch the drag races there this weekend. If anyone's gonna be there, look for me. Every ticket is a pit pass for that, so I'll go into the pits for a little bit. So if you see me there, say something, say hello, stop me, take a picture with me, and then we'll just talk to me. I'm really friendly in person. With that being said, thank you all for watching this live stream, and I'll pass it over to What If Racing because he's next on my screen here.
Yeah. Again, just thank everyone, for being in here today and inviting me on here. Because I mean, I wasn't really gonna ask or anything. I mean, it was really thanks to JC because he was bringing it up to me, and I just thought I'd ask because it seemed like you guys wanted me on, and I appreciate that a lot. It's really cool. Yeah. I'm What If. I do Let's Plays. I play old and new NASCAR games and talk about modern day NASCAR. I'm also planning. I already have one already recorded. I already I'm already rewatching old races from the 2000 season and giving my thoughts and everything on those races from back then. So that's going to be coming up too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's cool.
Yeah. Thanks.
I like that.
Yeah, and I mean, even prior to the stream tonight, I mean, I was looking up a couple of other people that were going to be in here, like Danny B and Black Flags and Iceberg and all that, and even the other user that did the 50 lists for NASCAR Heat 2 that I can't remember the name because I just watched it yesterday.
Wait, what? You talking about me?
Yeah.
IDK player? Oh,
Yeah.
The 25 more?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're an IDK player? I didn't know who you were. Sorry, now I know.
We just had a lawyer that guy moment.
Yeah, that was what that was. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, I really liked how that video was made. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
IDK player, I just subbed to you. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and like I was trying to do my best to see what other people do in videos and whatnot. I was watching Mr. Double Ed's videos, and I really enjoy what he makes too. So it's really cool. So yeah, and also as well as Icebergs, I really loved just when he made his video about Kenny Wallace because I was thinking about making or talking about it to some degree, but he pretty much said everything I wanted to in that video. So yeah, I really enjoy his take on racing and all that. So it was an honor. It was very humbled to you guys that want me to be on here, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. So thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on, man.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah, great speech.
Wait till you see what's after the stream on Danny's phone.
Oh yeah.
That's some stuff we can't show on stream.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. What do you do?
Who's
we'll
next?
get there.
Am I next?
Yeah, we'll talk about it after the stream. So just stay on until the end. Like after we go off.
It's the running joke that only guests get to hear about this. The people who actually like the fans, I'm never gonna show it. I'm sorry.
So we can't do it for the fan stream, but we can do it. We'll do it for the normal ones. Sorry, fan stream guys. Sorry, but it's sort of a special perk kind of thing. So.
Yeah. All right, so I'll go next. So first off, thanks to What If and IDK Player for coming on as well as ACS. So reached a huge milestone the other day, reaching over 3K subs, which it's pretty amazing. I don't know. I feel like it's like I'm at this point where I don't know. It's just I still can't believe that all this success with the channel is happening like really fast. Like, if you asked me that I was gonna reach 3K subs by this time when I first uploaded my first video, I'd probably be like, dude, I'd be lucky to just have 500 by this time. So, so yeah, it's it's just great. I'm just staying humble, with all the success as well, and that's a huge thing. If you're ever gonna, if you guys in the chat, if you ever, get your channels to like be, really big and stuff, just stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a great opportunity I have right now.
Sometimes you just gotta sit down and be humble,
Yeah, just stay humble with it. And but then at the same time, I'm a very competitive guy, and I was a sports guy. I grew up with sports and stuff, so like I'm very competitive. So like at the same time, I'm very glad. There's like two different sides right now. So on one side, I'm very glad to be on this live stream with you guys. Other notable NASCAR YouTubers, like you guys as well. But at the same time, I want to be the best NASCAR YouTuber I can possibly be. So getting more. I want to get more subscribers than all of you guys. So, I want to go over you guys, in subs and stuff. So right now, Double E Dud has the most subscribers, in this stream.
By a landslide.
By a landslide. He's also been doing it way longer than I have. So, just want to let you know.
You'll get by me for sure.
I'm coming for you guys someday.
So basically, although we act like friends here on the stream, we all secretly hate each other's guts and we want to be better than each other.
The whole reason we're meeting in 2019 so we can all kill each other.
I have a sniper trained on Danny's head at the moment. You guys can't see it.
Here's the thing. I love you guys so much. I love you guys. You guys are, I consider you guys as good friends of mine and stuff. I love you guys, but at the same time, I'm still coming for y'all. So just watch.
We're all still competitive.
The door's open. I mean, I think you'll buy me sooner or later with the videos you put out and stuff.
Just like walking over him like a doormat.
Sure, I don't care. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, and also one last thing, by the way, NASCAR on MDK. When I first started, like back in 2016, he was the only other black YouTuber who does NASCAR and stuff. So I've watched your videos for a while too, and you're only like 15, I think. So you've been doing this for a long time. So keep it up, man. So who's next? Oh, wait, hold up. And this is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.
I'll go next.
There you go. Go get that in there.
Yeah, I'll go next. So I'm the Iceberg. I'm the one who got the first minute of our double stream. So hopefully my Wi-Fi will be better. Next week it'll be on my channel, fan stream. So we're not exactly sure if we're gonna do it like last time and just let the fans that we have selected in and gonna like do it in time slots or whatever after we get done with stuff we want to do, but we'll figure it out by then. Yeah, this week I think I'm definitely gonna do a video similar to my CNBC video, except about the kind of like, I don't know, not many people really saw it, the video that Watch Mojo did about NASCAR icons, because I think they got a few of them wrong. And then maybe one of them picked on communism, who knows.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, but other than that, you can follow me on Twitter at IceTitan80 or on gab.ai at, I think it's at Iceberg. I don't know, I haven't been on it in a while. And then you can obviously subscribe to my channel. That'd be really cool. And you can lick the like button. Everyone lick the like button. We have, for the 68 left, we still have 81 likes. So I don't know, maybe by a miracle we can get over 100. So lick it. But until next time, I should see y'all around. So whoever wants to go next can go next.
All right, sure, I'll go next. Hey everybody, I'm Gino. I'm the ACS Racing Network. I do stop motions, and I'm going to be working on a series about Jeff Gordon, which will be coming out this Friday, so that'd be cool. So yeah, if you like stop motion videos, fictional stop motion videos, please keep that in mind, because I get a lot of comments about, oh, that's not realistic. Well, it's not meant to be realistic. So if anybody wants to watch fictional stop motion series races, feel free to go over to my channel, check them out. I still do them. I'm doing one on 1999 right now, which has been fun. And also, I'm sure most of you know Double E Dud. He does very good stop motions as well. So we kind of run this show, right? Isn't that right, Eric?
I suppose you more so than me these days. My goodness.
Yeah. No, Eric and I have been doing them for about 6 years now. Has it been?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we both kind of came around the same time. So I know a lot of you know Eric. I also make stop motions. If you'd like to check them out, feel free. I'm not trying to mooch off Eric's fan base.
No. You were here first, I think, by at least a few months. So definitely go subscribe to him.
All right. Well, yep. I'm JG24, JM26, signing out.
Y'all been in the game for a while, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I can't believe it. It's gone by fast.
So right now, I guess if you're gonna compare drivers and stuff, right now I'm Kyle Larson. I'm just coming up right now, and you guys are
like Kevin Harvick and
I'll be William Byron
right now. So
William Byron.
I'll be William Byron.
And the Iceberg is Greg Golding. No, I'm sorry.
My Wi-Fi is Greg Golding.
Yeah.
I'm actually
That's
technically
awesome.
the youngest of the channel, so
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
So what one did you beat then?
All right, I'll do my sign off. I was only here for like 20 minutes, so I don't really deserve to get much screen time. But thanks everyone for watching. I hope the stream was well. I'll have to go back and watch a little bit more of it so I can get the gist of what y'all are talking about. Nice to meet you too, What If Racing and IDK Player. And thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back next week. I will probably be on the show next week. I'm like 99% sure. You never know. You never say never, but hopefully I won't have to say never because I think I'll be here. If you missed it, I uploaded a video today called How to Piss Off Old School NASCAR Drivers. And I had a fun time making that.
Go watch it.
Beautiful.
I had a fun time writing that one. And so definitely go check that out if you haven't already. But that's all for me. Follow me on Twitter at Dex Racing, Instagram, Eric Estep. And so I guess who's left? Just you, IDK? I'll let you sign off.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for letting me come on. It's been a pleasure. It's really fun. If anyone here that's still watching, if you guys want to go to the Coke 0400, do not do what I did to Real Radman. Please. Please come up to me. I'll definitely take a picture with you guys. I'll definitely say hi. I like that. That's pretty cool. And I just want to thank everyone, including thanks to Doubly Dub, because I was watching the live sub count because the second he said my name once, I just went up 10 subscribers. So like out of nowhere, like somewhere out of nowhere.
That's awesome.
This power I have, I never knew.
Just use the force. So
Eric, can you just like say all of our channels or something like that? That'd be really nice.
DannyBTalks, the Iceberg, Black Flags Matter. It's actually like a quiz to me. I'm trying to say them all. ACS Racing Network, What If Racing, IDK Player. Did I leave anyone out?
I really gotta check my subbox now.
Wow,
right,
I'm suddenly
Give it 2
monetized.
seconds. Whoa, 2 million. Guys, I got a silver play button over here.
It's over 9,000.
all right, but yeah, thank you guys, and thank you for 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, pretty much it. I see you. I don't know when the next time I'll come on here. I'm also coaching for community service hours so I can graduate, because apparently that's the thing where I live, that you have to get a certain amount of community service hours. So yeah.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah, just we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
After the stream. That'll be after the stream talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. If I see you guys at Daytona in July, feel free to say hi. And yeah, thank you guys for letting me come on. IDK out. Oh wait. One thing. If you guys are gonna be on NASCAR Heat 2 after this, I'm already on it right now. So I'm gonna be racing a little bit. So yeah, feel free to join too.
Awesome.
All right, go. PS4.
Wow, we made
All
it.
right. I think that's it.
All right. Well,
Thank God, I need to eat.
we should-
Jesus Christ.
We should all just sit and stare at
Well,
the camera in silence.
okay.
Danny forgot that it was on his channel again. I think he was waiting for you to do the sign out, Jared, and then he snapped to attention. Oh, that's my name in the description. Oh,
no, sorry. I was getting distracted by something.
Oh,
All right, so
use the force again. That's
so-
2 subs up.
So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start turning everybody off for a little bit, and we'll get everybody some music and they can kind of go out to here. My name is Danny from DannyBTalks, and I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.